Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
This is SportsCenter.
A crucial game, too. I'm Chris Smith. In Game 1 against the Knicks, the Pacers became the first team to win a playoff game after trailing by 9 or more points in the final minute of a fourth-quarter OT since 1998. But ESPN's Brian Windhorst says there are some positive takeaways for New York.
Brunson got 5 fouls in the fourth quarter. He had to leave the game. The Knicks did a great job when Brunson went to the bench. Went on a 14-0 run. They thought they had clinched the game. So, two things there. One, I think they can build on that for when Brunson doesn't play. Secondly, because of the fouls, Brunson's minutes didn't go haywire. So Brunson actually played less than 40 minutes. So while this was taxing on the team, their best player will have a little bit of extra rest.
Game 2 coverage begins 7:30 Eastern right here on ESPN Radio. Meanwhile, the Stars trailed 3-1 entering the third period against the Oilers, but Dallas tallied 5 goals, their most in the third period of a playoff game to take Game 1. The puck drops on Game 2, 8 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN+. In college hoops, Green Bay has filed a waiver for the NCAA to allow its men's basketball team to compete in the basketball tournament, the $1 million winner-take-all summer tournament that features many high-profile college alumni teams.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Canty, coming up Monday. As NFL OTAs kick off, I'll tell you the storylines I'm most paying attention to. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right. Woo!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You sir. And Mr. Toby Tumpley. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. LSU announced they are retiring Charles Alexander's number 4. Charles has been a good friend for a lot of years, and he's going to join us in 15 minutes. Theriot next hour. Tigers finally back on the baseball diamond. Lot to do. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Well, it feels like it's been forever since LSU played a baseball game. The reality is it's just been since last Saturday. It's been 6 days. But when the entire rest of the league has already played, and in some instances, like your opponent tonight, Texas A&M, has already played 3 full games in Hoover, yeah, it does feel like it's been forever since LSU played a game. So Tigers will get back out there, see if they knock off the rust, if they have any rust in this ball game to get out there. But I think one of the things that's going to be maybe most beneficial for LSU in this ball game is the fact that they're playing behind Cade Anderson. And Anderson's going to throw, and when you have Cade out there on regular rest in a highly charged atmosphere, I think that's going to elevate everybody. It should elevate everybody. And I'll also point out that LSU is going to have a massive crowd advantage over Texas A&M. The teams that typically travel best to this tournament are teams in close proximity, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, and LSU. The farther teams have to go, and the less likely they are to go deep into the field, the fans don't travel as well. Texas A&M has to go farther, their fans do, and they weren't projected to do very much. Now, here they are on this Friday night. Maybe some people made a trip, but typically the way you'll see it go is if a team gets into the weekend, then you'll see fans travel. This should feel like a partisan LSU crowd. You're pitching behind or playing behind Cade Anderson, who's your ace and one of the best, if not the best pitcher in college baseball this year, certainly in that conversation, on full rest. A&M has already used Ryan Prager, Justin Lampkin. They're down to Miles Patton, they're number 3. It is worth noting that when LSU played in College Station last month, that they lost 2 of 3 to A&M. You know, they did lose game 3 when Patton started. Now, Patton went 6 innings, allowed 4 runs on 6 hits. That was the game where LSU led 4-2, and then they just imploded in the 8th inning, and Cowan took his second loss of the weekend. But they've seen Miles Patton. He's not overpowering, and Patton, by the way, has lost 3 of his last 4 starts. The only win the only time they won is the game against LSU, incidentally. So Tigers will have a good opportunity out there on Friday night. This game is scheduled. First pitch is scheduled for 6:30 Central. They got the first game going. If it's Ole Miss and Arkansas, that game starts right now. Actually, can we get that on, please? LSU and Texas A&M will begin 30 minutes after the game. It's scheduled for a 6:30 start. We'll see if the first game there cooperates. Jay Johnson had his media availability there in Hoover on Thursday, and he was asked about this presumption that they have an NCAA tournament bid and a national seed locked up, and he was asked if having all of that locked up changes their approach here in Hoover at the SC tournament.
It just validates more of the regular season piece, but for me, it will only change a little bit, like a lot less than people think about how this goes or how we approach it. Like I want to win this tournament because it's a competition, and on top of that, like, everything is training for something, and what a great opportunity to play 3 teams that are capable of winning the national championship. So I'd like to have our players have that experience and use it to be able to draw from for what's ahead.
I think you treat this game, I'm genuinely not trying to stir any pot here, but I think you treat this game like a midweek game. Hear me out, okay? What Jay said there is absolutely right. It's a competition. You want to win. But the approach is not win at all costs. And there is a difference. You're going to go play hard situationally. If you have a chance to win the game, you're going to do it. If LSU is leading 2-1 in the 8th, you're gonna go get either Cowan or Evans. Of course you are. Like, that's how you're going to approach it. You're going to play to win this game, but you're not playing to win the game at all costs. Like, you're not going to run Cade Anderson out there for 130 pitches. You're not going to jeopardize anything to win this game because you have so much already locked up. Now, there's another piece of the conversation that you know that I'm always interested in. We've talked about it plenty here, me, Muse, Theriot, all of us, and it's what do you do in right field? And we know they've platooned there, and typically we have seen Ethan Fry establish himself as the DH, and typically whenever there's a left-handed starter, it's Josh Pearson in right. When there's a right-handed starter, it's Jake Brown in right. Miles Patton is a lefty, so presumably that will be Josh Pearson in right, which you know how I feel about it. I think that's foolish. You have a 5-tool guy that is maybe the most talented guy on your roster. He's got to be in the lineup every day, although I fully expect that Jay's going to play Josh Pearson tonight. Jay was asked about Jake Brown, however, and what do you like so much about him?
I think what I love about Jake, and kind of in what you were asking me, is a very good blend of focus, intensity, and the ability to relax in the moment. Like, he's a clutch player, and he's a terrific athlete. And I knew when we got him here, like, he would get better as his career goes along. And we saw that at the end of last year. We saw that as the season progressed. And there's still more for him to go get here, which is really exciting.
I think that's certainly going to be one to watch as we move into the offseason. We're a month away still from portal and everything that's going to happen. But I think that's one where you're going to hold your breath a little bit because LSU is going to be active in the portal. Like, you're losing Chris Stanfield, but you got a guy like Jake Brown that is an everyday player. He is not a platoon player. And with Derek Curiel coming back, if in fact they do go get a player out of the portal, I've mentioned the center fielder from TCU is a name that's pretty popular among names that many assume are going to test the portal waters. And LSU would be in the mix there. Is Jay going to play three lefties in the outfield? Probably not. So it's just one to watch as we move throughout SEC tournament, regional supers, Omaha, however all this plays out. We'll be keeping an eye on it. But tonight, LSU and Texas A&M, again, scheduled for a 6:30 first pitch. Got to see how Game 1 plays out. They're underway there. Ole Miss with an early 1-0 lead on Arkansas. We'll continue to watch this as we go throughout. Ole Miss, by the way, it is very interesting. Ole Miss, as I understand it, having some conversations today, Ole Miss and Tennessee seem to be the two teams vying for the last regional host site among the SEC teams. If Ole Miss beats Arkansas today, plays into the weekend, Tennessee loses tomorrow to Vanderbilt, Ole Miss likely would be that last regional host. But if Tennessee beats Vanderbilt tomorrow and plays into the championship game, there's a really strong feeling like Tennessee's going to end up hosting a regional. And I don't want to see that. I just don't want anything good for Tennessee and Tony Vitello. But I'd rather see Ole Miss host. But we'll see how it goes. Just something to watch, whatever your rooting interest may be, as this game plays out with Ole Miss and Arkansas, and then when Tennessee and Vandy play tomorrow. All right, it is After Further Review. Our show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. Y'all, we are here on Memorial Day weekend, and we always pause on Memorial Day weekend to honor the brave women and men who paid the ultimate sacrifice so we can enjoy our freedoms. And the reason that we're supposed to go celebrate and not be somber is because we are meant to enjoy on this holiday the freedoms they gave us. So yeah, go swan dive in the pool, go throw some burgers on the grill, enjoy Memorial Day, and give thanks to the brave men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice so we can enjoy those freedoms. So let's go enjoy them this weekend. Of course, if you're going to be celebrating, have plenty of the great taste of Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of the LSU Tigers, of the New Orleans Saints, and they've done so much for our military over the years as well. The Folds of Honor program that they contribute to is awesome. One of the founding partners of Folds of Honor, and been so integral in the relationship with our military as well. Drink easy, the great taste of Bud Light. Okay, y'all, it's After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out. Theriot is here next hour, as he always is. We found out on Thursday evening that LSU is going to retire number 4. Well, let me rephrase that. They're going to retire Charles Alexander's jersey. We don't retire numbers. LSU doesn't retire numbers. They just retire the jersey. So players can still wear that number, but these players will be honored in Tiger Stadium. So, of course, we know it's Billy Cannon's number 20. It's Jerry Stovall's number 21. It's Tommy Casanova's 37. Those three, and they will be joined now by Charles Alexander. His number 4 will be, the jersey will be retired this fall at a football game. When we come back, my good friend Charles Alexander is going to join us. We'll do that next on AFR.
After Further Review.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 30 years. Get Gordon and get it done. No matter where you are in Louisiana, remember, call the 8s, 888-8888, 888-8888, or go to getgordon.com. Gordon's got offices all over the state, so no matter where you are, if you've been injured, you need representation, the last thing you want to do is travel. So there's offices near you with Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys and qualified attorneys that are going to fight to get you exactly what you deserve. Listen, don't go through that process alone. If you've been injured and you file a claim, the insurance company wants to write you a check and be done with it. They want to settle and be done with it. And their job is to make sure they pay you as little as possible. You have representation to make sure you get what you deserve. Go through that process and let Gordon help. GetGordon.com, GetGordon.com, or you can call 888-8888, 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac. Our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
All-American running back Charles Alexander has been elected to college football's Hall of Fame. Now, Come On Man Cajun Seasoning proudly presents Hall of Fame Moments with Charles Alexander.
What I remember about the Oregon game was we were trying to attack them mostly off tackle, running sweeps and plays off tackle. I remember getting over 230 yards. It was a great game. We pretty much dominated Oregon as a team, and it was a great victory. And I actually had been taken out of the game, and Coach Mack put me back in because he got a call from the press box that I could score 4 touchdowns, and that would be an LSU record. And he was kind enough to think about me to put me back in the game. I remember Coach Brooks telling Coach Mack at the post-game handshake that he wished I had broken my leg along with a couple of records.
This has been
no, not Rich Brooks saying that Charles Alexander wished he had broken his leg. We about a decade ago, more than a decade ago now, we were able to do those Hall of Fame moments when Charles Alexander was elected to college football's Hall of Fame. We got to know each other. He's been kind enough to come on the show over the years, and I'm happy to call him a friend. And was excited when I saw yesterday evening that LSU is retiring Charles Alexander's jersey. The number 4 will join number 20, number 21, and number 37 in Tiger Stadium as those jerseys being honored. And Charles Alexander's good enough to join us for a couple of minutes here. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man.
Glad to hear it, man.
Doing good.
I'm glad. I'm sure you are. I'm glad to hear it. Let's start with an obvious one, man. Walk us through the phone call, if you would, or how you found out that they had voted to retire your jersey.
I had gotten a phone call about probably 9:30 in the morning. I wasn't really ready for it. Wasn't expecting a call. Didn't even know they had a vote or anything. And one of the assistant ADs called me and told me the news, and I was just elated. I was happy, shocked, because I didn't even know it was being voted on, and I've been getting phone call after phone call, all the Tiger LSU people that I know, and calling, congratulating, and that's pretty much all I've been doing today is talking on the phone and returning text messages.
Well,
yeah.
I appreciate.
It's a lot of fun though, man. Social media is amazing. That's all I can say.
Well, I appreciate you returning mine. What you said, social media is amazing. What do you mean? What's some of the reaction you've got there?
Well, that's how I would think. That's how most people found out. Just communication. Some of the highlight videos that I've seen on social media back in the old days, and man, I was like, man, this is just amazing how fast this news was spreading about this, because I can remember back in 2012 with the Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame. It seemed like it was nothing like this.
Well,
and 2012 is what, 50, I don't know, it's a pretty good bit away, but seemed like the phone calls and everything has like tripled.
Well, at LSU, it's been a rare group that's gone into the College Football Hall of Fame. That's rarefied air, but there's only 3 players in the history of the program that have had their jersey retired. It's Billy Cannon, it's Jerry Stovall, and it's Tommy Casanova. When you think about that in context, Charles, like you're one of now 4 in the history of the program to have this honor. Has that sunk in yet? What do you think when you hear that?
I don't know if it's actually sunk in yet because of all the phone calls and text messages. And, I guess one day when I sit down and think about it, but I still feel like it's a big deal. Don't get me wrong, but it'll really set in when I can get some time and just think about the old days. And I communicated with a couple of my offensive linemen, and they were overjoyed. And everybody's planning on celebrating on the, I think it's the 16th. Yeah, the 16th of September when we play Florida. That's when the celebration's going to start.
Okay, so is that official that you all have decided that's going to be the date?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll mark that down. September the 16th will be the retirement of the jersey ceremony. You mentioned you talked to some of your linemen. So who else has reached out? Who have you talked to here in the last, 20 hours or so?
Oh my God, man! Man, I've talked to people I hadn't heard from in 30 years. Some of my Cincinnati Bengals teammates, Isaac Curtis, we were real good friends. And over a period of time, people go their different ways. And not that you don't love them anymore, but you just, you go on with your life and you don't talk as much as you used to. And it was just good to talk to Isaac today. Bo Harris played linebacker at Cincinnati with me. He's an LSU guy. We talked about some crazy stories, some of the crazy things that went on back in the olden days in Cincinnati. So it's been a lot of fun reminiscing and catching up with people that I hadn't heard from in quite a long time.
You want to tell us some of those crazy stories?
Am I allowed? Some of them I can't tell.
That's up to you, man. I'm all ears. It's up to you if you want to clean it up as much as you can.
Okay, I'll tell you one.
Okay.
Okay. Me and Bo Harris, like the linebacker from Freeport. He was a couple of years in front of me, but we played together in Cincinnati. We played in the Super Bowl 16. He was on the team. I don't know if you've heard of Bo Harris, but
sure.
He's a linebacker out of Freeport, played at LSU. And so when I was a rookie, we were in training camp in Wilmington, Ohio. We laughed about this story today. I say, Bo, I say, I say, do you remember when you and I kind of connected? I say we had the LSU connection going. I say, but we really connected when Moon Pie was a big 6'6" offensive lineman from the University of Georgia. 6'6", about 200. Back in those days, if you were 6'6", 290 pounds, you were huge. So we went to training camp and had a little time to blow off one day. We only practiced in the morning that particular day, and so we had the afternoon off. And we all went to a bar, to the local establishment, and I was not known for drinking. Still don't drink that much, but I had a couple of beers and my mouth started running. I called this big guy a big baby. So he got mad. He didn't like me calling him a big baby, so he was going to show guys that he wasn't a big baby. So I guess he was going to beat me up. And Bo saved my life. He said, not tonight, Moon Pie. But you got to go through me.
That's a Tiger teammate for life there, man. Saved you from Moon Pie.
Oh yeah, man, Moon Pie. But he was a pretty good tackle. He played about 12 years. Played on the opposite end of Anthony Munoz. So we had a great line.
Yeah. Charles Alexander is with us. Found out his number 4 will join Billy Cannon, Jerry Stovall, and Tommy Casanova as retired jerseys there at LSU. I know you've told me the story so many times of being recruited and ultimately making the decision to pick LSU on signing day. If you take yourself back there, Charles, to the decision to sign with LSU and the way that your career played out, now your post-career, being in the College Football Hall of Fame and now having your jersey retired by LSU, if I had told you back then that this is how it was going to play out, what would you have thought?
I wouldn't have believed you. First of all, I wouldn't have believed you. When I decided to go to LSU, I wasn't really looking at it as going to LSU, having a great career, and then going to the NFL. My goal was to go to LSU, try to get a degree, and come back to my hometown of Galveston, Texas, and to coach high school football. That's because I didn't really, I wasn't known as a blue chipper or like a 4 or 5 star kid. I was just a big kid that could run fast but in a straight line, and I wasn't one of these shifty type of running backs. So I didn't really think that I would have a future, but everything just kind of clicked at LSU. I had some coaches that were very patient with me. I don't know if I ever told you this, man. I only averaged like 2.8 yards a carry my freshman year. Mm-hmm. Most kids would have been benched, or replaced after averaging 2.8 yards a carry. They said, well, maybe you're playing the wrong position and we need to switch you somewhere else because you're not a good running back. But they were patient, and things started. I went from a 2.8 yard a carry running back my freshman year to a 5.7 yards a carry my sophomore year. So that was a big jump. And then that gave me the confidence. I'm like, okay, if I keep working hard, I can do this. And then things just kept getting better and better at LSU once I got comfortable.
By the time his LSU career ended, he held 27 LSU records. He's a 2-time Heisman finalist, a first-round draft pick, number 12 overall, the Cincinnati Bengals. He's in the LSU Hall of Fame, the College Football Hall of Fame, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and now his number 4 jersey will be recognized by LSU. September the 16th, it'll be a good day. We'll look forward to that, certainly. Before you go, I know you and I first were introduced with your Hall of Fame moments back 13 years ago. We stayed in touch all this time. Are you still doing work with your Come On Man brand?
Yeah, it's mostly online business, but I'm still doing work with it. Sales are good, but they're not great. But they're still trying to push product. That food business is tough.
Let's get a little spike in sales today for Charles Alexander in honor of this announcement. You can go to ComeOnManCajunSeasoning.com, CMONMAN, Come On Man Cajun Seasoning. By the way, his Twitter, if you want to follow there, is at ComeOnMan4, CMONMAN4. I'll make sure we share it all. But Cajun seasoning, got all the boil mix and the hot sauce and everything. So you can go order online as a show of support, and congratulations to Charles Alexander today. Man, I'm looking forward to September the 16th, having you in town, and I'll probably bother you again as we get closer to that and see if we can get you on air in studio.
Man. Please do, man. We go a long way back, man.
Well, you've always been very kind to me. You're as humble a great as there is, and I was thrilled for you when I saw the news. So let me extend my personal congratulations to you. We'll look forward to September, okay?
Thank you very much, buddy.
That's our pleasure. That's Charles Alexander. Alexander the Great, an all-time good. You can tell just listening to Charles how genuinely good of a person he is. Now, I didn't get to see Charles Alexander play at LSU. His career ended in the late 1970s, 1978. So I was born in 1982. But the fact that our lives are in different eras, like quite literally, Charles could be my dad. I'm 42. He quite literally could be my dad. But we've gotten along really well, and he is as kind and genuine in real life as he sounds right there. And you think about a guy like Charles Alexander, who's just one of those war daddies. Man, Paul was playing, if you're watching with us, Paul was playing some of the videos that LSU's released and all that stuff. He played in an era where it was not to say football isn't a brutal game now, but they have tried to eliminate a lot of the dangerous plays out of football. And we are so much more aware of head trauma and things like that. Charles just was a battering ram of a football player and so physical when you watch the old videos. And you just think about a guy like that being the 12th pick of the draft. Like, financially, what being the 12th pick of the draft is today as opposed to 1978, it's a little different, But, man, what a thrill, what an honor. I know we've talked about this plenty of times over the years, my feelings on, I love that LSU has begun honoring its past. It went a long time without doing that. And they've done it in football. We've seen it in baseball as well, and basketball here recently, women's basketball, and I'm thrilled for that. I think you do need to honor your past and your history. And so I'm thrilled for Charles, and I think there's others still to come. I think Kevin Falk's 3, Glenn Dorsey 72, Burrow, Jaden Daniels. That's all coming in time whenever it will. But this is an awesome moment to honor the guy that was Leonard Fournette before Leonard Fournette came along. And I'm just thrilled for him. So our congratulations to Charles Alexander. We appreciate him taking a couple of minutes for us today. All right, it is after further review. We'll knock out a quick break, and we'll continue. We'll go around the SEC when we come back on AFR.
After further review.
I tell you every day about Darren James and his Guaranteed Sale program, where he guarantees he'll sell your home at a price by a deadline you agree to. If he doesn't, he'll have your home bought with cash, or he'll sell it for free. Some of you may go, that sounds too good to be true. Well, listen to Tiffany, who just went through this with Darren.
The Guaranteed Sales program is real. My dad contacted Darren to possibly sell my home, and although my home didn't sell in that 59 days, he and his team kept their promise, and they worked really hard to continue to get my home sold. It was a great experience. So if you are in the market to buy or sell a home, I highly recommend Darren James.
They missed it by 16 days. But Darren still sold Tiffany's home and didn't charge her anything to do it. It is a real thing, the Guaranteed Sale program. So call Darren James. What do you got to lose? 335-7666 or agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Thanks again to Charles Alexander for joining us for a few minutes. There was I got a few people on my text line asking again for Charles's business. So it's Come On Man Cajun Seasoning is the name of his business, and he's got his Cajun seasoning, his hot sauce, his shrimp and crab boil as well. So it's mostly DTC, direct to consumer, through his website. So you can go to the website. It's CMONMAN, Come On Man. So it's CMONMAN, CajunSeasoning.com. If you want to go buy some hot sauce, buy some Cajun seasoning, or any of the boil. You're going to be doing shrimp boils or crab boils coming up. We're getting into crab season. You can do it. And look, with not only a college football Hall of Famer, but an LSU legend. Congrats again to Charles Alexander. Yeah, I've every time that one of those a story like that pops up and we see another player honored. Here recently, we saw it in women's basketball with Sylvia Fowles. Previously in women's basketball with Simone Augustus. In men's basketball with Chris Jackson, a.k.a. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, recently. Prior to that, Shaq and Rudy Macklin and Pete Maravich and Bob Pett. Like, we know the names. In baseball, we've seen Dr. Eddie Furness and Todd Walker's jerseys retired alongside Ben McDonald. I love that LSU is going down this path, because it had been a while since LSU had done this. And I don't give Joe Oliva credit for a lot of things, because he doesn't deserve a lot of credit, because he was a terrible athletic director in so many ways. One of the things that he did very intentionally when he first got the job was he wanted to beautify Tiger Stadium, which they did. They did the windows project. I mean, there was a lot of broken windows and there was rust, and it looked like an old, decrepit stadium. And they brought it back to life. That was one. And two is he wanted to celebrate the past. So you look around Tiger Stadium, and there are plaques to the SEC championship teams and the All-Americans and the College Football Hall of Famers and the award winners. All of that stuff was very intentional in that era there around 2008, 2009-ish, around there. And, we went a long period from Billy Cannon to not having a player's jersey retired in football until Tommy Casanova. Billy Cannon's number was retired as soon as his playing career ended back in 1959. I mean, it was as soon as it was the same thing with Bob Pettit when his playing career ended. His number 50 was retired immediately. But you're talking, 40-ish year, 40, 50 years between retirements. And it was time. And Tommy Casanova is LSU's only 3-time All-American in football. Jerry Stovall was a Heisman runner-up. I mean, many would argue that he should have won the 1962 Heisman Trophy, that Terry Baker from Oregon State won it, but it should have been Stovall. But they didn't want another Southern running back winning the award so close to Billy Cannon. And we could argue, I wasn't alive during the time, I don't know the politics, but there's enough people who are historians of the game that know that was a thing. And you didn't see games, right? I mean, you just read about games in the paper. You didn't see every game. So a lot of it was word of mouth, and nobody saw this running back on the West Coast or quarterback Terry Baker on the West Coast. And anyway, and then, of course, so you have those three. And I have long since argued that I think Glenn Dorsey, and I know this because I've talked about this plenty, there's a 5-year waiting period from the end of a career. There's a 5-year waiting period from the end of a career to be eligible for this type of distinction. And I said at the time that Joe Burrow's career ended that they should have waived the 5-year period. He should have immediately had this honor. No one should ever wear 9 again. And I also believe that in 2012, which would have been 5 years for Glenn Dorsey, that his 72 should have been as such honored. And I don't want to have this conversation now because it does. I don't want to distract the conversation from Charles Alexander because, as you just heard, he and I spoke, and I think the world of him, and I'm thrilled for him. But we can have two different conversations simultaneously, which is one, yes, I'm thrilled for Charles Alexander, so warranted. He is a pillar in LSU football's past, a 2-time Heisman finalist. As I said, he had 27 school records when he left, and you have to honor your past, and you have to recognize men like that. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. I mean, he is warranted for all of these things. It was the 12th pick of the draft. I mean, he was his era's Leonard Fournette, and it is so deserving of an honor. And I think it also opens the door, again, the parallel conversations to say what other players are deserving of the honor. One thing I'll tell you, because some may wonder, well, how do you get there? Well, there is a formal nomination process. So someone, it could be you, has to go and formally nominate someone through the LSU Athletics Hall of Fame committee for this honor, for a jersey retirement, for a statue, something like that. So if that's something that you feel passionate about, I would strongly recommend that you go through the process, go to the website, and nominate whoever might be next. But we'll get through that era. And it's clear also that it's sort of going chronological. And I'm okay with that as well because you want these types of honors to happen while these men and women are living and can enjoy them with their families. So, I mean, look, I'm not putting Charles Alexander in the grave. I mean, Charles is 70. I don't know exactly how old he is, but probably right around there. I mean, he's going to live many, many more wonderful years. And this is great that he and his family, his children, his grandchildren will get to enjoy this honor with him, which is phenomenal, which is what it's supposed to be. I'm thrilled they honored Coach Stovall at the time they did. But there will be more, and there should be more in many sports, because over the last quarter century, we are living through the golden age of LSU athletics, and there are many more athletes that are going to be honored. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I just glanced up at the TV, and Ole Miss had 2 outfielders collide. That's going to be an in-the-park home run for Arkansas, but please, God, kid, get up. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to react that way, but that'll tell you how organic that was. I mean, this was a full sprint. They did not communicate, and they just collided with one another. Okay. I'm sorry. They are tending to both these guys in the outfield. They're both moving, which is good news. I'm very sorry if I startled you. But you'll see this play, and when you do, you'll know why I reacted. Let me do this. Let me break. We'll see if we can get an update on there. This is very awkward. I apologize. There's no other way to say it. I'm sorry. That was just a very organic live thing that happened, but they're tending to both these guys. We'll break. We'll come back. It's AFR.
AFR.
Very awkward, but we're brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, where you don't pay a dime. You know, we're heading into a holiday weekend, and of course, I tell you all the time, with River City's 1 Hour Air, they'll always come out nights, holidays, weekends. They'll never charge you extra to come out nights, holidays, weekends. So if you have an issue with your AC this weekend, Monday is a holiday and Memorial Day. If you have an issue with your AC on Monday, River City's 1 Hour Air will come out. So remember, they'll always come out. They'll do exceptional work. They'll never charge you extra to come out nights, holidays, weekends at River City's 1 Hour Air. They're big yellow vans and trucks with the giant clock on the side, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. You spell it out, O-N-E, 1hourbr.com for River City's 1 Hour Air. Servicing all of Greater Baton Rouge. You've got an issue with your home central AC. Trust the best. Trust River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I got to make up a spot here. So let me remind you about South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. The great news is both Ole Miss players are up. I don't know if they're staying in the game. There's still a crew of people in the outfield tending to them. So if we get an update, I'll pass it along. But both are up. It looks like both guys are going to exit the game, which is not surprising. But they're both up and walking, and that's the best news. We're brought to you by South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online, southpointvw.com. Memorial Day weekend is here. Maybe with the long weekend, this is the time you're going to go take a peek at a new vehicle. Make sure you've got South Point Volkswagen on your list. Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. They're an airline just north of Highland and online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com, South Point Volkswagen. They are just simply the best. Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer with the best inventory, the best selection, the best people and prices. Shop them online at southpointvw.com, southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen, what's your direction? Okay, since we missed it there in the last segment, let's see if we can knock this out right now. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference, the Oklahoma Sooners.
Three-star defensive lineman out of Jacksonville, Brian Harris, committed to Oklahoma on Friday. He'd been offered back in February. 6'4", 290. He's the number 49 defensive lineman in the country for 2026. Chose the Sooners over a bunch of big-time suitors, Bama, Michigan, Penn State, South Carolina, and others.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
Nick Bundalo has committed to Chris Beard and Ole Miss basketball. He decommitted from Washington just about a month ago, and now has picked the Rebels. He's the number 31 overall prospect in the country, the number 6 power forward for this recruiting cycle. He is a McDonald's All-American, chose the Rebs over North Carolina, Kansas, and Kentucky.
The South Carolina Gamecocks.
And the Board of Trustees has approved phase 2 for Williams-Brice Stadium improvements. Among the renovations, the project will add premium seating areas, upgrades to the student section, upgrades to the locker room, the concourse. It'll be approved in August of 2025, at what point construction can begin after the season. Okay, there you have it. That is around the SEC. We are brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020, 924-2020, or williamsoneye.com, williamsoneye.com. I know sometimes people may wonder, I'd love to do LASIK. I don't know if I can afford it. You can afford it. And one of the great things about the Williamson Eye Center is they do offer 0% for 24 months. So you can have the LASIK now, and you could pay for it over 2 years with 0% interest. There's so many different ways, and also there's a cost calculator on the website whereby when you try to calculate the lifetime cost of contacts and filling prescriptions and eye exams and contact solution and glasses and all that stuff, LASIK is actually more cost effective. Maybe you don't want LASIK. They have the EVO ICL, which is the implantable contact lens. It's an alternative to LASIK. There's so many different options no matter what your refractive issue is. Maybe you had LASIK years ago. PRK can be an option for you now if some of your other eye issues have popped up. Just go for that consultation at the Williamson Eye Center, 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com. Interesting, because in this game we're watching with Ole Miss and Arkansas, they're bottom 2. Ole Miss was up 5-0. They exploded out the gate at a 3-run homer. It was a 5 spot in the first. We come down here into the second, and what just happened on that play where I reacted the way I did ended up being a 2-run inside the park home run, because when the two outfielders collided, it was just, the merry-go-round was going. So it was a Little League home run. So it's 5-2 right now, bottom 2, Ole Miss leading Arkansas. And there's a ton on the line in this game for Ole Miss. I was kind of trying to make some phone calls today to get a sense of where things stand as far as hosting and what's on the line for who left. And as best I can tell right now, going into the weekend, Kentucky is out. They're not going to make the field. They won 13 league games. They lost their first game in Hoover. By all indications, barring something dramatic and unforeseen, Kentucky is going to miss postseason or miss the NCAA tournament. It sounds like Georgia Tech is going to be a host. And it's a bit odd because Georgia Tech's sitting right there right now, 20 in the RPI. But I think there is also a feeling so as not to have the entire field be littered with SEC host sites. The last of the SEC host sites, as I was told earlier today, appears to be down to Ole Miss and Tennessee. Now, Tennessee is number 10 in the RPI. They're going to play Vanderbilt on Saturday. Vanderbilt is number 1 in the RPI. So if Tennessee beats Vanderbilt and goes on to play in the championship game, continues to see its RPI increase. Despite the fact that they've lost 5 series in a row and 6 of 7, Tennessee could well play its way into a regional host site, but Ole Miss is the team, as I understand it, that could maybe put a stop to that. Ole Miss's RPI is 18, so they're lower than Tennessee in the RPI, but RPI obviously is the only thing that's going to be considered, but it is one of the primary factors that they consider. So just figure what you want to cheer for accordingly. Like, I don't want to see any good things for Tennessee. I don't particularly care for Ole Miss either, but I look at Tennessee as the most talented team in the SEC. Most talented. Not the best team, clearly. They lost 5 weekends in a row and 6 of 7. But they're the most talented. The most guys that are going to get drafted, the most velo out of their bullpen. Like, they're the most talented team, so they're dangerous. And I don't want a path for Tennessee carved through Lindsey Nelson. I want them to have to go travel somewhere, go on the road and play. So I want them out. Like, I don't fear Ole Miss going on some amazing run. It could happen. I mean, it's baseball. But Theriot asked if someone could come let him in. Can you maybe call down or something? Call somebody to let him in. We got a new key card system here at the Guarantee Building, so Theriot can't get in. Need to get him a new key card. All right, it's after further review. Our Friday shows are brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar there in Town Center. By the way, 4 to 7 p.m. Fridays, they've got happy hour over at Don Juan with some craft old fashions, including their Jefferson's Barrel Age old fashioned. You can get by today and every Friday from 4 to 7 for this $10 old fashions. All right, it's after further review. SportsCenter's coming up. Get you caught up in national headlines. Theriot is next.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com, with locations all over South Louisiana. You can always go to ShawBillsTire.com to find that location nearest you. As a matter of fact, there's the locations tab, or you can schedule service. So if you need service or you want to shop tires, you can go to the website. This is the very easy prompts right there. Select the location nearest you. There's even the chat function. So if you're on mobile or on desktop, there's a little chat bubble where you tap that, it'll pop up, you choose the location nearest you, and boom, you're texting or chatting with a technician or a representative at the Shaw Bills nearest you. Get your vehicle's summer road trip ready. They got all the top brands of tires, and I tell you all the time, they'll sell you those name brand tires at wholesale prices. That's Michelin, Bridgestone, Firestone, BF Goodrich. Name brand tires at wholesale prices. Before you hit the road for your summer vacation, make sure you got new tires and your vehicle is in tip-top shape. Shaw Bills can make it happen. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team color, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
This is SportsCenter.
A crucial game 2. I'm Chris Smith. After the wild comeback by the Pacers that led to a victory over the Knicks in overtime of Game 1, First Take host Stephen A. Smith says, after a loss, the Knicks are a perfect 4-0 this postseason, and the players respond well.
After a loss, Jalen Brunson has averaged 33 on 50% shooting from the field and 8.5 assists. After a loss, Mikal Bridges has averaged 22.5 points on 58% shooting from the field. After a loss, OG Anunoby has averaged 21.8 points on 38% shooting from 3. After a loss, Karl Anthony Towns has averaged 21.3 points, also with 11.5 rebounds.
The Knicks will have to show they can come back from a devastating defeat that Milwaukee and Cleveland couldn't in the previous 2 rounds. Game 2 coverage begins 7:30 Eastern right here on ESPN Radio. On the ice, the Oilers look to even up their series with the Stars 8 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN+. On the baseball, where the Braves have officially activated Ronald Acuna Jr. from the injured list ahead of their series opener against the visiting Padres. The former MVP has not played in the majors since tearing his ACL almost a year ago.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy, coming up Monday. As NFL OTAs kick off, I'll tell you the storylines I'm most paying attention to. It's Unsportsmanlike weekday mornings at 6, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Let's rock! Go!
It's that Louisiana boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You pitch a better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot, presented by Alpha Customs. Alpha Customs, Prairieville and Lafayette, and online at alphacustoms.net.
Well, how's your week going?
Week was good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but good. I'm full of good ideas.
Here comes Theriot. The throw. Not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
The wave pool, although probably full of bacteria, flesh-eating parasites, and the occasional turd, provides endless hours of fun. It's not cool to have a 30A sticker on the back of your grocery go-getter. Big fan of the truck.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yusuf. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Yeah, brah.
Yo, brah.
What's good?
It's Friday. That's good. Big game this evening. That's good.
Man.
SEC tourney.
How you feel about it?
Feel good. Look, there's the bus right there pulling up. There's the Tigers are pulling up to Hoover. Hoover.
Here come the Tigers.
Oh, yeah, baby. SEC tournament's awesome.
You love it?
It's a lot of fun.
Y'all won it in 2000.
Yeah.
Well, y'all went undefeated the entire postseason in 2000. You didn't lose a game in the postseason in 2000. What do you have any? I mean, obviously winning it, but do you have any fond memories of the SEC tournament?
Yeah, there was a little place next to our hotel wherever we stayed. I do not remember where it was. And there was a lake with really big fish, big bass in it. And in our downtime, we would go fish. That was a thing.
Where did you get rods and reels and stuff?
Oh, there was plenty of family and friends up there. They just went and hooked us up.
So you were 3 for 15 in the SEC tournament.
Okay.
With a homer, 3 RBI, 4 runs. You had an inside the park home run against Georgia, but that was March 11th in Ally Park Stadium. Oh, you remember that?
Mm-mm.
You don't remember an inside park? You don't remember an inside the park home run?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I try to explain this. It's not a bad thing, but I'm going to take this moment to illustrate this point. It is so interesting to me how some athletes, coaches, have like this photographic, amazing recall. The two people that I know that are the best, that I know personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like have you seen LeBron do that? Like LeBron can recall, like in a post-game press conference, can recall the entire sequence of a game. It's incredible if you've ever seen him do it. But Paul Maneri and Alan Risher are the two people that I know that are the best ever at that. Like I can bring up a game. Like if Paul were here, I could say, "Hey Paul, 2009, 2008 midweek against Tulane." I'd go, "Oh yeah, well, we had so and so on the mound, and he gave up a double down the right field line on a 1-2 pitch, just left the belt tie. I mean, and so they took third on the and then I went and got this guy, and the reason I brought him in was because it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
you hit an inside the park home run and don't even remember it.
That's an exciting play,
right?
Too. I would say it's the most exciting play in baseball. Inside the park homer that's kind of bang bang close.
No.
It's exciting to run around the bases and yell, like, is he going to go? Is he going to send him? Is he going to go? I liked it.
The most exciting play in baseball?
Yeah, maybe an inside the park homer. I mean, what would be more of an exciting play?
An over the fence homer.
That's not exciting. That's a homer. I mean, it's definitely a better feeling.
It depends on circumstance of the game.
Just pure excitement. Inside the park's good, bro. They don't happen a whole lot.
Maybe that's part of it. Perfect games.
Perfect game is exciting.
Yeah.
No hitters are exciting.
Yeah.
Walks are not exciting.
No.
At all, actually.
No, but they're effective.
Yeah.
They're effective.
There's bits and pieces of things that I do remember. I think that home run that you're referencing in the SEC tournament actually bounced over the fence.
You don't think it was actually a homer?
No, it wasn't.
And then, you remember that?
Yeah. Well, the only reason I remember this because the next day I walked in to eat breakfast because we were eating breakfast as a team, and I walked in and Skip had everybody huddled around the TV and they were rewinding and playing and rewinding and playing and everybody's cracking up laughing. The ball bounce over, and then me end up getting a homer.
Doesn't that further illustrate that all officials are bad at their jobs?
Yeah.
In this instance, umpires.
And that was an over the fence homer.
Yeah.
It wasn't an over the fence homer.
Pretty exciting though.
Right center field. I remember where it was too.
But you don't remember an inside the park homer?
No, I just remember that because I guess
Yeah.
It was a little embarrassing the next day.
It's really good. I love that.
I don't remember much, man.
How's your week going?
Great.
Yeah.
Good week. Mm-hmm. Summer, first week of summer.
Yeah.
For the kiddos.
Love it.
Yeah, Mace is out of school.
Macy graduated last week.
Yeah, Macy graduated last week.
Did you cry a little bit? I think I asked you that last week.
No, I held it together. I was good.
Good.
I was good. So yeah, it's first week of summer. It's always weird. First week of summer, a lot of weird things happen. Like people are kind of getting back into they're out of their normal school routine and work routine. It's always an interesting couple weeks until you can get kind of your summer legs underneath you. But
yeah.
one of the things that happens is, and I know you know this because you drive a lot, but people drive when things like that change and routines are thrown off. Everybody's driving, like what times they're going to places and all that. It'll change.
Sure, that's true.
Traffic changes and
absolutely traffic patterns change.
Traffic patterns
when schools are in and out of school.
Mm-hmm.
The first week of school every year in August is like a shock to the
Oh,
system
man.
when you spend the whole summer driving and traversing the city with relative ease. And then school's in, it's like,
what are we?
Oh my God, what happened?
So, I was headed to work this week, earlier this week. Not super early, but I wasn't necessarily late. And I came up to a very busy intersection here in Baton Rouge. Okay. Matter of fact, there is a wreck or a near wreck at least once a week at this particular intersection. The light cycle's all screwed up. People act like idiots and they run the yellow or red light. Well, let me take that back. The yellow light is way too short on this one. It is like a blink and then it turns red. So I'm not going to say it's all their fault, but it happens. So they run that and then they get stuck in the middle of oncoming traffic. Every single light cycle. Every time.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Highland and Bluebonnet.
Almost. Highland and Perkins.
Highland and Perkins run parallel to each other.
Not at the end of Perkins. And then there comes Highland.
Oh, by the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It is the world's worst intersection.
No.
Oh!
No.
See, you're here when it's bad. Right now, at 4:10 right now, it's unbelievably bad. At 8, 9 in the morning, anywhere 3:30 until 5, it's unbelievable. Anyway.
Okay.
Beside the point. Okay. Every life cycle, some inconsiderate a-hole does what I just said. They run the light, they get stuck in the middle, and they jack everything up. Anyway.
So good.
It happens. Okay. So that was happening the other day like it always does. And I just so happened to be in a hurry to get to the office. I had a meeting. So I'm already pissed. As I approached the turn lane, I realized that not only were the people being idiots like they always do, but the sheriffs decided to check for inspection stickers right there. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You got 4 or 5 sheriffs right there, and they're like, you there, you there, you there, you right there.
You.
No. Oh, right there. Right there.
Over. Pull over.
Yeah.
You. Over.
That's what was happening.
Got to meet that quota, Doc.
People have been making fake inspection stickers for years. It's not hard to do, actually. You just got to pick the right color. There's no way that they can actually see that it's real or not. Especially the guy that's there going, you, over there. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
Inspection stickers serve no purpose, Matt.
True.
They're very stupid.
True.
Actually.
Gigantic pet peeve of mine. If you would just be honest with me and make me send you $20, I'll do it every year. Making me go through the stupid charade of having to go to a place to get a sticker so they could check my turn signal and my lights flash and all that crap. Like, it's a charade. It's a scam. You just want money. The state wants money. Like, other states laugh at us for that.
Yes.
That's what you want. $20? Just bill me. I'll give you $20. Just leave me alone, please.
They picked the world's worst place.
Updating driver's licenses. Same stupid thing.
Oh, yeah, that's
now we all got to get the stupid real ID. I'm so pissed about this. It's just unfathomable how stupid this is. Anyway.
So that intersection's already a nightmare, and then these guys just made it worse, okay? I just want to go to work, and I don't want to be bothered with any of this crap, okay? To top it all off, though, Matt, I was in one of our work trucks. The green one. Like the green one.
The green one.
And
that one, by the way, was parked in front of my next door neighbor's house today.
Okay. I was in that one.
Were you at my neighbor's house today?
No, I was not. I was in that one. And of course it doesn't have an inspection sticker on it. So I got it. He got me.
Got you.
You over there. Yes, sir.
Got it.
I'm all for supporting law enforcement.
Me too.
I'll give them the $20, just like you said. But the sniper inspection stuff is just doing too much. Okay. So the morons who put their blinker on 2 miles before they turn, you suck. That happened to me. This is all kind of traffic stuff. They passed up 5 opportunities to turn right, then on the 6th turn right, but their blinker was on 5 times ago. Okay, I hate that guy. He's an idiot.
Clean it up.
Squatted trucks look stupid, like really stupid. Whoever has a squatted truck, grow up. All right, that's tired. I like lowriders. I want lowriders back. Paul, shout out. Paul's got a lowrider. I like lowriders.
So good.
Okay, I do like
What's
that.
the difference?
Squatted is like that.
Oh, where the front is up and the back is down. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, that's dumb. Yeah.
Don't check your phone when you're at a stoplight and hold up traffic when the light's green, and then get pissed at me
For honking.
when I honk at you.
No, you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
You're the idiot.
Pay attention, idiot.
Don't shoot me the bird through your sunroof.
You're a moron. Pay
You're the
attention,
moron.
a-hole. You're being inconsiderate. Now you're getting me all mad right now. But I'm with you. You know how I feel? Biggest pet peeve in life is inconsiderate people. Life doesn't stop and start at your convenience.
I had the nice honk. Beep, beep, beep. It wasn't a...
Oh, you're nicer than me. I lay on until they move.
I did the nice one. Beep, beep.
I don't do nice honks.
I get the bird. Next stoplight. Doing it again. Beep, beep. And then they speed off.
Yeah.
Like, look how fast I am.
Oh, you're an idiot. Go, idiot.
Anyway, you got to stop being stupid. Sincerely, Ryan.
It's after further review. We'll do Kick Rocks next. And we'll keep getting you mad on a Friday. Stay here.
AFR.
Turnaround season's upon us. Action Industries, they got you covered. You know the drill by now. Action, INDINC.com. Action, INDINC.com. Action Industries Incorporated. I know it's tough to remember, but if you remember Action Industries, you'll find them. And of course, proud partner of LSU Athletics. And I always tell you about the Advanced Turnaround Group. So the Advanced Turnaround Group is their turnaround division. These are turnaround coordinators, turnaround managers, workers that are proficient in turnaround jobs. These are not taken from other part of the business and dumped into the turnaround world. This is their sole turnaround division. You're now through October-ish is turnaround season. You got a turnaround coming. You want to do business with a great local company that's been around for 43 years, exemplary safety record, does beautiful work, which is how they keep getting hired and rehired by some of the biggest companies in the world over and over again for more than 4 decades. You want Action Industries. Check them out online. Action Industries, proud partner of LSU Athletics.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I'll get Ryan's thoughts on LSU, Texas A&M. First pitch coming up here, scheduled in about 2 hours and 10 minutes. We'll see how it all goes, though, between Ole Miss and Arkansas, as they're playing right now in Hoover. So after this game, 30 minutes follows LSU and LSU and Texas A&M. So it's 5-2 right now. Top four, Ole Miss leading Arkansas. A lot on the line here for Ole Miss. Not much on the line for Arkansas. They've already locked up a national seed, but Ole Miss still trying to play their way into a regional host site. So certainly a win here against one of the top teams in the nation would go a long way for the Rebels. All right, it is After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. We're brought to you by First South Farm Credit, firstsouthland.com, firstsouthland.com. Thinking of buying land?
Yes.
I know you always are, aren't you? You need to call First South Farm Credit. They're the best. Because they've been doing that for more than 100 years. And it's different when you're buying a home and buying land, isn't it?
Yeah, it is different and can be a bit intimidating.
What was different about it for you?
Well, the financing piece is much different and definitely needs some explaining.
They can explain it. First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthLand.com. FirstSouthLand.com. Since 1916, Great Depression, World Wars, natural disasters. They've been here, they've been around, and they'll be here for 100 more and beyond that. First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthLand.com. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here. If you don't call First South Farm Credit, you can, what? You can kick rocks.
Yeah.
What?
Kick them.
It's time to kick rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Ruckus. Kick rocks with shoes from Ruckus. Jones Creek Road in Baton Rouge, or go to ruckus103.com.
Tom Brady can kick rocks. That's a standing kick rocks, but this one's
a perpetual kick rock.
Kick rocks.
Did you prepare?
Yeah. Okay, you can kick rocks for being a middle midget.
Kick rocks.
Costing your team 4 points.
Then you can kick a whole bag of rocks for that.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Well, there's a new key card deal entry thing here at the Guarantee Building.
So this is how I know you didn't prepare at all.
On government.
Because you just did this one like 20 minutes ago then.
And actually, the boss man told me at Ascension Day a few days ago that I would
Glenn
have...
Foster?
Gordy.
Gordy's not really the boss.
Okay. Well, whatever Gordy is.
Yeah.
He said you'll have a card or the app. It'll be real easy. You can just walk right in.
Ooh.
And I couldn't just walk right in. I had to do something that I don't like doing because I know you're doing your show.
Yeah.
And I think I respect that. But I had no other choice because Lady Jag was not there. There's nobody at the front.
Nobody at the front, yeah.
I rang the bell. Nobody was there.
Oh.
So, I don't know whose job it is to get me the app and or the card.
Landon.
Well,
I texted him for you.
Here's the thing.
It's Rhombus Key is the app.
Can you just forward me that?
I think you got to have like an invite. I don't think you can someone just download it and get in the building. Like you have to be offered entry. You know.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't know Landon. How long's Landon been here?
He's great. So Landon probably since the start of the year ish.
Okay.
Careful. Landon's awesome, by the way.
He is awesome. And you know that I love Paul.
Yeah.
And I love Muse.
Yeah.
They're my guys. Matt, I've been here longer than all of them.
Well, not really.
No, I've been committed to the game. I've been committed to the game since our first interview in 2010. I've been committed to you. Whatever you needed. Hey man, can you come do the show? Let's go from one segment to, hey Matt, what about doing? Yeah, that'd be great. Then we win awards together in the podcast. Like, I'm committed to this. To guarantee. I'm in. I'm part of this family, and I'm not getting treated like it.
I would just like to point out a few things. Number one, there have been many times where you have not been all in. There have been many times on Fridays at like 1:45 where I get a text like, "Hey man, I can't make it today."
Family picks each other up.
That's
what
right.
they do.
Okay, but let's just be honest about this here. Then also the whole like me asking you to be on more. That's not exactly how it happened. You started doing one segment during baseball season after you retired,
and it was so good.
In one segment, you're like,
that the people were like,
an hour.
Hey man, yeah,
during baseball season.
Yeah.
And then you said to me, I really like this. Can I keep doing it?
It was the people. The people wanted more.
And so we made the Riot Radio Hour a year-long thing. And then it was selling, and we had sponsors, and you were like, could we do two?
Why
and I
wouldn't
was
you?
like, okay.
Got to give the people what they want.
Because what was happening was we had our normal 3 o'clock hour. You came in at 4. You yard sailed the whole thing, and then you left, and we had the 5 o'clock hour, which was like, oh my God, like a bomb just went off in here, and now we have one more hour to go into the weekend, and like we can't put the thing the thing back on the tracks.
Nah, once it's off,
it's off the rails. We can't come back on the rails for an hour. So it's like, let's just have 2 hours of off the rails going into the weekend. It made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I like that, actually.
I mean, I'm here, man. Listen, I'm in. Now the point is I'm invested.
I have one other point. You've not been here technically longer than Landon, because Landon is Landon Foster. He's Flynn's son, who is going to be the 4th generation owner of this company one day.
Oh crap!
So
I'm screwed.
No, you're not. But like it's their family's business, and Landon is awesome, by the way. Like, I'm so excited. I'm genuinely so excited that he's here because I love this company, and I'm glad that there's a Foster who is at least expressing interest in continuing the local ownership of this company, and he has been awesome. Like, he does all the he's the facility manager. Like, he does all of the grunt work around here. Like, he cleans things and
Flynn, that's
taking
tough.
out. Flynn's making us. Yes, he's doing the thing that you should want to do. Like, work in the business, which is awesome. So,
well, what he's not doing, at the moment, is getting you. He could be great at taking the trash out. I
did the Rouse's remote today, and Landon was like, "All right, I'm gonna load up the truck." I'm like, "That's not your job." Like, it's not. There's account execs on this. Like, I'm the talent on the remote. Like, this is not your job to go load the truck. I'll help anyway. Just loading up stuff. Awesome dude. Love him. And he's got a Cosmic Brownies candle on his desk. You know the Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie? It's a Cosmic Brownie scented candle. So his girlfriend gave it to him. I saw it. I was like, what is that? Like, gift for my girlfriend. I was like, marry her.
Yeah.
Now. Like, leave right now and go get married. Actually, don't do that. I'm not suggesting. I don't know.
Can I blame it on Gordy?
Yes, that's
Kick
what I
rocks,
would do.
Gordy.
Yeah.
Kick rock.
I mean, we do this whole thing with a new key
Kick
card
rock.
system and all, and then you don't give Theriot a key card? What's wrong with you, Gordy? Gordy's like, all you need's an app. You don't know. Gordy's probably in Houston or Dallas.
He's like, bada boom, bada bing, you're in.
Gordy's at a track meet. He's playing golf in Oregon. I don't know where
Ascension
Gordy
Day.
is. Yeah, what does Gordy do? Gordy don't come here. I don't see Gordy anymore. I haven't seen Gordy in about 6 years. Does he still work here? I don't know.
Hey, the NBA playoffs are still going on.
Yeah, they are.
Those can kick rocks.
Kick rock.
Why?
It's too long. It's too long. Way too long. I'm going to keep saying it, too, until it's over, which will be in July. So I had the pleasure of doing something. I meant to talk about this, and I didn't talk about it, but I saw my guy, Drew Moscona's last game, his last baseball game of the season.
Okay.
It was just a coincidence. It all worked out. It was great.
Oh, yeah, you were there. I thought you meant something on social, but that's right. You were
No,
there.
dude. He got a single, got to first base.
He got a single.
He did get a single. Hit a single, got to first base. Right when he saw me, he goes from across the field. He goes, "Yo, brah!" I'm like,
Oh, he does.
yes. Yes.
If we called the house right now and said, Drew, what does Ryan say? He'll go, "Ah, brah."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
It
what
was
he'll do.
awesome. Anyway, shout out to Drew.
Actually,
man.
as I recall, what happened, as Drew, this is at the Miracle League of Baton Rouge, and shout out to the Miracle League of Baton Rouge. Drew, with the help of Roro, his aunt Lauren, affectionately called Roro, who's his buddy at the games, they swing the bat, and then he just walks to the base, right?
Well,
he doesn't conceptualize the need to run. He's just having a stroll to first base. And God bless him, nobody ever gets thrown out. They just get to all go around the bases. But we were all on the first base line,
cheering him
toward
on.
right field, just past the base. And Drew, is walking to first, sees Ryan's like, boop, he just walks right to the fence.
It just veers off.
45-degree angle straight to the fence.
He did run, though. He ran somewhere. Lauren pissed him off, and he ran somewhere. And then the best part of that whole time for me was one of the other players. I don't even know if this player was on Drew's team or not. I had a bottle of water. He walks up to me. He grabs the bottle of water out of my hand. He took the top off. He drank half of it. He poured the rest out. He handed me the bottle of water. He laughed and walked away.
That was Reeves.
I swear.
That happened.
I'm like, this kid is awesome.
Reeves just took the bottle straight out of your hand, drank half of it, and poured out the rest.
He drank half. He poured out the rest, and he gave it back to me.
You got to understand.
It was so good.
Miracle League is you have to go there and understand, completely different vibe, reality of all of it, man. Some of those kids are so locked in. Shout out to Emma Grace Pizer, who is the best player out there. She goes to the batting cages and she's awesome. And she they actually pitch to her and she crushes the ball. It's awesome. And then there's Drew, who just beat bops to first base, then just looks. He wants to go look at all the signs on the outfield wall. I mean, then there's Reeves, who just decided he was going to steal your water bottle and dump it out, which is awesome too.
It's so good.
It's so good. Those kids just love being out there. It's awesome.
Y'all got to go check out the Miracle League.
Shout out Miracle League, no doubt. All right, that was all.
Yep.
All right, we're brought to you by Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com. Get your reservations, y'all. How about Supper Club, man? Supper Club just celebrated 3 years last week. Remember 3 years ago? It was you and me and Erica and Jana.
Yep.
We went to on a double date to the grand opening of Supper Club. 3 years later, they're still rocking and rolling, man. A lot of people may think you have to be a member. You don't. It's not a it's titled it's named Supper Club, but you don't have. It's not a club. You don't have to be a member. And walk-ins are welcome at the bar. It's I would always recommend getting a reservation if you want a table. Sometimes maybe on a weeknight you can walk in at 5 o'clock. Maybe you get lucky, you get a table. That'd be great. But for the most part, get a reservation. But it's open seating at the bar. Also, remember the dress code. It's elegant casual is how they say it. You don't have to wear a sport coat. That's another misconception. People say, "Oh, I would go over there, but I don't have a sport." You don't need a sport coat. You need to be wearing a collar. And nice jeans are welcomed as well. So when I go, typically wear jeans and a button up and a jacket because I like to wear a jacket.
Yeah.
But there's so many different options. And look, man, Chef Leighton Carbo is proud of everything on the menu. And whatever you're in the mood for it's going to be the best thing. If it's the sea bass, if it's an awesome steak, I love the veal parm that I've told you all about so many times. It's incredible. It's at Supper Club, right there on Perkins near Bluebonnet. Get your reservations, supperclubbtr.com, supperclubbtr.com. All right, it's after further review, rolling along here in this Friday edition, presented by Dan Juan Cigar Bar. Thanks again to Charles Alexander, who was with us last hour. We just found out yesterday, Charles Alexander's number 4. His jersey will be retired.
Oh, wow.
By LSU football. He told us last hour when he was here, it'll be September 13th, the game against Florida in Tiger Stadium. So September 13th. So it'll be hot.
That's awesome.
But it'll be really
good for him.
Yeah, looking forward to that for sure. Well, now I got a quick break. Come back. AFR.
AFR.
Memorial Day is an awesome time to pause and celebrate the brave women and men who sacrificed everything for us. And for so many of us, that means we're going to be spending time outdoors at our house, grilling in the pool. And, of course, you want to beautify your spaces around your pool, your outdoor space. Clegg's Nursery can help. You just went to the garden center on Greenwell Springs. What'd you think of that?
Unbelievable.
Really?
Scott is brilliant. I mean, he knows more about plants than anybody. And the place is huge. It blew me away. I bought some trees, legitimate, like real trees, like grown trees. But there was plants everywhere. I called you. I'm like, dude, what is this place?
It's the garden center on Greenwell Springs.
I mean, y'all got to go.
It's Clegg's Nursery. There's 4 locations: Seagan near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the one Theriot went
Go to that one.
The garden center on Greenwell Springs. Buy local, shop local. Tell them Matt sent you to Clegg's Nursery.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
5, 4, 3, 2.
We'll get to Ask Ryan in a little more than 10 minutes from right now, so get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you can get your questions in for Theriot. Do it. I have one. Should LSU, I think they will, but should LSU throw Cade Anderson in this game tonight?
Yeah, who they playing?
Texas A&M.
Yeah. We owe them, too. Didn't they beat us?
2 out of 3.
Yeah, we owe those guys.
The game that Cade Anderson pitched, Cade Anderson was brilliant, but they lost 3-1. LSU that weekend in College Station scored 7 runs in 3 games.
I remember that. Now, there's 2 guys for A&M not playing? The guy I really like?
Well, Jace Laviolette, the big center fielder.
Yeah,
so
like
he took a pitch off the hand yesterday, broke his finger. He's done.
Okay, he's done.
Hey, do you think he could play?
Cedric Harris did.
So it's his left hand. So he's a lefty. So it's his left hand. So it would have been his top hand, right?
So in the 2000 National Championship game, Cedric Harris got hit in the hand and broke a finger on his right hand, his throwing hand, and played the rest of the game.
In the game against Stanford?
In the game. Yeah, it wouldn't be a whole lot of fun, but I think you could. I played with a guy once in Chicago. Actually, I played with him more than once. We played for a few years together. His name was Coy Hill.
Coy Hill, like the Jack Daniels whiskey.
Koye Hill. He cut off.
Oh, this is COI.
He cut off 4 of his fingers.
No way.
In the off season, and then they sewed him back on, and then he played.
This is so. Here's Jace Laviolette's hand. Can you pull that up, Paulie? So look at the knuckle on the ring finger. It's like embedded. You can't even see it. You see?
Yeah.
Like there's no knuckle. It's just.
That's gross. Bro.
Crunch.
That's gross. How do you fix that?
You just splint, right? You let the bone heal. I mean, I guess you could do. I don't know. Is he having? They're not doing surgery, right? Didn't they say they're not doing surgery? I think I saw Early said that after the game yesterday.
Is he a junior?
Yeah, he's drafted. He might be. He could be the first position player taking the draft. I mean, he's super high prospect.
Yeah. I mean, they stink, and they're not going to win the College World Series. So if I'm him, I'm probably just shut it down.
This was I saw that this was a screenshot from TV. Can you pull that up, Paulie? I mean, they had that thing full on, like, wrap up the forearm. That was that was still during the game. So he still got his eye black on. He hadn't showered or anything. They splinted that thing and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's in that case. Yeah, we're definitely probably going to win.
Well, there's no Sorrell. Obviously, still no Grahovac. Now no Laviolette. They've thrown their first 2 pitchers. So I mean,
and is this
Miles Patton's going today?
Is this the quarterfinals?
Yes. Which is so weird too that it's LSU's first game. It's quarterfinals.
I know. So maybe I wouldn't pitch him.
Why?
I don't know. It seems like a mismatch.
Well, you remember you still got. Do you want to see the play? Do you want to see when he got hit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paul, you want to pull this up?
I'd like that. Oh.
That's such a bummer.
Don't fall.
Check swing, just boom, right there off the hand. I mean, just took it straight off the knuckle.
Yeah, he knew.
That's just so not good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross, bro.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what that's like, to try to play with a broken hand like that, broken finger at the knuckle.
Yeah, well, if you broke it like toward the middle or end, that's one thing, but like the knuckle, yeah, I'd say that's more like broken hand.
Yeah.
I don't know. So you win this one. Who's on our side?
Well, LSU would play the winner of this game here. So Ole Miss and Arkansas, Ole Miss is up 5-2 right now. So if LSU wins today, they play the winner of this game tomorrow. And if they win that one, they play in the championship against the winner of Vanderbilt, Tennessee.
Okay.
It's a clean path, right? You've got Anderson on the bump today. You've got Ianson tomorrow. And then you'd get to Sunday against someone who's completely depleted, and you'd treat Sunday just like you would any other. Like, you're treating this just like you would any other weekend series. A&M's already played 3 games.
Yeah, you want Ole Miss to win this one, huh?
Landon Foster's listening.
Is this? Did he say I'm fired? Landon,
Yes.
don't fire me.
Yes.
Landon.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
He said, I just heard. I'll get him one.
Thanks,
See,
Landon.
There you go.
You're the man.
You gotta be good to people, man.
I am.
Maybe he'll give you a Cosmic Brownie candle as well.
I would like a Swiss cake roll brownie if he has one of those. Swiss cake rolls are my favorite.
Candle.
Yeah. Swiss cake rolls are my favorite.
What's your favorite Little Debbie?
Swiss cake roll.
What's your second favorite? See, I love this conversation.
Okay.
As a former fat kid
yeah.
that has gotten into some Little Debbies in my day, I mean, I still do. Like, every time I go to a gas station, like if I go in to the gas station, there is a 99% probability that I am walking out with a Coke Icy and a Cosmic Brownie.
Right now?
Ever. I just don't go in the gas station a lot for that reason. I get gas and I leave. But if I go in, like, there is a strong probability, as long as the icy machine's working, because I ain't getting like a cherry or a blueberry. Like, it's got to be a Coke Icy. And look, man, let's be honest. It's kind of like the ice cream machine at McDonald's. It's a 50-50 proposition if it's working. A lot of times you walk in a gas station, the icy machine ain't, the little red light's flashing.
Yeah.
You're just out of luck.
That sucks.
So what do? I leave. No, I'm interested.
I love the Swiss cake roll. I could eat the entire box. I lick the chocolate that sticks on the little paper.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But sometimes it doesn't come off with your tongue, so you have to use your teeth to get it off. And then zebra cakes. But here's the thing with the zebra cakes. You can buy at the gas station. You can't buy these at the grocery store. You can buy just the one zebra cake. It's like an extra large.
Mm-hmm. I'm familiar.
Yeah, they taste better than the 2 for some reason.
No.
It's a weird taste.
It's the same thing people try to you try to lay this on me every year around Easter
with the Reese's.
with the Reese's eggs.
That's true though.
It's not true. It's the same thing.
The Christmas tree, the Reese's Christmas tree.
It's the same thing. The difference is on the edge, the texture because of the grooves on the cup.
Yeah, I get
It's the texture, but once you get past the texture of the grooves, it's the same thing.
Maybe.
Like, if I just cut a hole in the middle of a regular circular Reese's and gave you that and cut a hole in the middle of a Christmas tree Reese's, it would be the same thing. I blindfold you, be indiscernible.
Speaking of Christmas trees, Little Debbie does they do a nice Christmas tree.
Yeah. But it's the same thing as a zebra cake.
It is. Very similar.
No love for a fudge round?
Used to like fudge rounds a lot. I think I had a problem. It's like fudge rounds and strawberry zingers. I ate too many of them, I think, as a kid. And you know how sometimes, man, if you eat too much of something like Boost, the protein drinks, when I was at LSU, they used to make us drink like all of them. And now just the thought of a Boost. So like the thought of a fudge round kind of turns my stomach a little bit, and red zingers.
I'm here for all of it.
But the chocolate zingers, I can still do those.
All right, it's after further review. Tell us your favorite Little Debbie. What's your favorite Little Debbie, Muse?
Big fudge round guy,
Fudge
actually.
rounds?
Yeah, man. Chocolate. I'm a chocolate fiend. So.
Yeah. Especially about this time of day. Paulie, what's your favorite Little Debbie?
The Christmas tree cake.
Okay, when it's not Christmas, then you can't eat that. So then what is your devil cream or double cream?
The devil cream.
Devil cream.
You said devil?
Yes.
Bro, with a glass of milk?
Those things are fire. Those things are fire.
Oh, yeah, I know those. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. It's passable. I just want nobody here to say the oatmeal pie.
Those things are good, too.
No.
I'll take them.
It's
I'll eat 'em.
it's such
They're
a
delicious.
non-dessert dessert. It's just if you're craving sugar and you have to eat something, you'll grab that. But if you put every Little Debbie available out there, no one is picking that first except Nick Saban because he's a lunatic. Right?
I don't hate them, man.
I like
Right.
them, yeah.
Because it's sugar. And I'm not saying you hate it.
Yeah.
But like you're going to go a long way down the list. If I put them all in front of you and say pick an order, you're going a long way before you get to oatmeal cream pies.
I'd probably put it in my top 5, actually. I'm not going to lie.
You're lying.
Okay. Believe what you want.
We'll get to a point. I'll put them all out here and say pick an order. And the only way I'll make real consequences if you pick out of order. Be like the only way you would do it is if like you were doing it just to prove a point.
Nutty Buddies?
Hell no.
Yes, I don't like those.
It's after further review. Ask Ryan's next.
After further review.
DuplessisBuilders.net. You need to build a pool? Call my buddy Derek Duplessis over at Duplessis Builders, DuplessisBuilders.net. You know, over at Duplessis Builders, they want to walk you through the entire process, but have you as part of the process. This isn't a situation where they're going to design your pool and say, here's your pool. You'll go into their showroom on Airline Highway in Prairieville, right there at the corner of Airline, Duplessis Lanes, right next to the brand new Rouses. And you will pick out all of your finishes, your tiling, your coping, all of it, your water features. So your fingerprints are on your design. They're going to hold your hand through the whole thing, but they're also so upfront about how long it takes. From concept to completion, this is a 2-month process because they build a product that will last. It's why Duplessis offers a 10-year workmanship warranty when the industry standard is 1 year. Go with the best. DuplessisBuilders.net.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Saw the news article I sent you earlier this week.
Yeah, man, that's just some wasted talent.
Mystical was in Ascension Parish Court on Monday. I sent Theriot the link. The team. We're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. By the way, your boy was over at Rouse's earlier today. T-Bob had done the Rouse's remotes on Fridays forever. T-Bob's now in Chicago, so they need someone to pinch hit until they find a permanent solution. So I went out there today. It was awesome, man. Beautiful day. It's Memorial Day weekend, and they got some incredible deals this weekend over at Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. They're doing a bigger, better burger promotion right now where you save $2.22 a pound on their 80% lean beef. It's incredible. Yeah, that was weird, Paulie. Anyway, check this out. So we do Plinko, where you can win prizes. One of the prizes is a $104.50 gift card. This little dude right here, tomorrow's his birthday. He just finished school yesterday or last week. Tomorrow's birthday, he won the gift card. Shout out.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one. You. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
This is SportsCenter.
It's a crucial game, too. I'm Chris Smith. In Game 1 against the Knicks, the Pacers became the first team to win a playoff game after trailing by 9 or more points in the final minute of a fourth quarter OT since 1998. But ESPN's Brian Windhorst says there are some positive takeaways for New York.
Brunson got 5 fouls in the fourth quarter. He had to leave the game. The Knicks did a great job when Brunson went to the bench. Went on a 14-0 run. They thought they had clinched the game. So, 2 things there. One, I think they can build on that for when Brunson doesn't play. Secondly, because of the fouls, Brunson's minutes didn't go haywire. So Brunson actually played less than 40 minutes. So while this was taxing on the team, their best player will have a little bit of extra rest.
Game 2 coverage begins 90 minutes right here on ESPN Radio. The other game, too, was on the ice as the Oilers look to even up their series with the Stars, 8 Eastern on ESPN. On the baseball, where Guardians right-hander Ben Lively will undergo Tommy John surgery on his elbow and will be sidelined for the rest of the season. In college hoops, Green Bay has filed for a waiver from the NCAA to allow its men's basketball team to compete in the basketball tournament, the $1 million winner-take-all summer tournament that features many high-profile team and players.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 7 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
That's right!
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again. Guess who's back again.
I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
With Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Let me find out your ass spanks the hide your gut.
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt. Shut up, kid. Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
You so. And Theriot. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. 5 o'clock quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. Remember, yeah, bruh.
Yeah, bruh.
Remember, you can always email us, tweet us, text us in the 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. There's some very concerning Little Debbie answers on my text line right now. Craig Dugas said, the new Nutty Buddy cream pies are an instant goat. He also notes that cherry cordial cream pies are greater than Christmas tree cakes. Craig, you should be locked away.
Yeah, what are you talking about, man? I had this cake. Are you familiar with Entenmann's?
No.
You remember that?
No.
You familiar with that?
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
So
I didn't know what Entenmann's is.
Yeah, it's a brand. So when I lived in Chicago the first couple years, I lived in one of the buildings downtown.
Okay.
And they had a little grocery store in the building, and they had, the laundry and some of those buildings, they have all that. Anyway.
Amenities.
Yeah, they carried this.
Where is that from? That's just something you'd find like in the freezer section at a grocery store?
No, it was not in the freezer section.
Marshmallow Devil Foods iced cake. Okay.
I would eat the entire cake. It was so good. And I haven't found these since. And I remember it just because every time I would go in the thing, I'd go see if they had one. They get one. I'd go up and eat the whole thing. They're fire. Intimans. I'm a big fan of that place.
Okay.
Anyway.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right, it's after further review. They are bottom 6, so moving along here. Bottom 6 in Hoover. Ole Miss leading Arkansas 5-2. And 2 outs, bottom 6, Arkansas with a runner on first, so we'll keep you posted in how this goes. Zach Root started the game for Arkansas. He is out of the game. Riley Maddox looks like his day is done for Ole Miss here at 104 pitches through 5 2/3. It is, in fact, they're going to the bullpen. So we'll keep you posted on how that goes. Should LSU win tonight against Texas A&M, which I think a lot of us presume they will. They're a heavy favorite in this game. They would play the winner of this game, which right now looks like it'll be Ole Miss. So we'll see how this all plays out. It continues to go, so we'll keep an eye on it. The New Orleans Saints on Thursday wrapped up their first week of OTAs, and they will be in some form of on-field work for each of the next 3 weeks. OTAs for the next 2 weeks, and then you'll have the mandatory minicamp on June the 10th. So we are going to see some on-field work and some interesting storylines for this team. And we've talked so much about quarterback and naturally a lot of the changes on the offensive line when you've used a first-round pick on Kelvin Banks. And we learned on Thursday that Banks is playing left tackle. They moved Taliesin Fuanga to right tackle and Trevor Penning to left guard. So big shuffle on the offensive line. One thing we haven't talked a ton about yet, and we will as we continue on, is the receiver position. Because to be quite candid, the Saints were awful there a year ago. And it was magnified by the fact that both Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed were injured. And the answer so far this offseason was, let's go get 31-year-old Brandon Cooks, who's declined each of the last 3 years.
That's not a good answer.
I don't love that answer at all. I was very disappointed that they didn't draft a receiver, and to this point have been disappointed that they have not signed a big-bodied receiver in free agency. If we're being completely candid, letting Marcos Valdes-Scantling walk was stupid. I mean, he's a 6'4 receiver who blew up for you in 8 games last year. Was your deep over-the-top threat, proved he could play. You bring in a new coach, and you don't sign Marcos Valdes-Scantling. Instead, you go sign a smallish Brandon Cooks, who's 5'10", and looks like the other 2 guys you got. So you have a very real need there, and Keenan Allen, someone we've talked about, and someone I hope that they do in eventually sign, because they're going to need another body. But all this to say, Brandon Cooks did meet with reporters after practice on Thursday, and he was asked about the competition among the quarterbacks from the wide receivers. Like, do wide receivers like a quarterback competition? Which it's a good question to ask, right? Because wouldn't it stand to reason if you're a receiver, you want to know who you're catching the ball from?
Absolutely.
But now here you have this competition. Here's what Brandon Cook said.
Absolutely, because I think it should bring the best out of you, and so it's fun seeing those guys compete. They're all 3 of them are having a great spring, and so it's going to be fun to watch that competition.
He's a veteran guy now. Has been around the NFL for a decade. Remember, he was drafted back in 2014, so he's been around a lot of different situations. Now, he came to New Orleans when Drew Brees was firmly entrenched, but since he's bounced around. He played in New England with Tom Brady. He played for the Rams. He played for the Cowboys. But he's always had really good, stable quarterback play wherever he's been. Now, I understand Dak got hurt last year at Dallas, so it was a little different there. But by and large, at this point, he's always been established knowing who his quarterback is. So he was asked, does having quarterback competition change his approach?
No, absolutely not. No. I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to approach it the same way that you've been and bring those guys along with you. So that's my mindset. So continue to just approach like I've always.
Is there any correlation that you could draw? I mean, it's, I think, different in a team sport like baseball where maybe you're not so reliant on another player. Like a receiver is reliant on a quarterback for his success, right? I don't know if there's an equivalent in baseball. But can you remember maybe even, I mean, you were on really good teams at the end of your career that won the World Series, but what about maybe years with the Cubs? Or is there anything that's relatable?
Yeah, I think the pitcher-catcher relationship is probably most similar. I mean, pitchers prefer, they have their guy behind the plate that they want to throw to, that they feel comfortable throwing to, that steals strikes or calls the game the right way. And so Yeah, I mean, when you would see certain catchers go down or be injured, you could definitely see a difference there. I thought that was an extremely veteran answer from Cooks.
What do you mean?
Just, of course, somebody's better than the other. They're all doing great. They're all having a great spring. But I tell you, it's when you look at the relationship that the players have, quarterback and receiver, there's probably not one that's in any sport really that's dependent on the other that much.
Oh, let me get the first example. Whenever we talk about this all the time, that comes to my mind is Randy Moss. Randy Moss goes to Minnesota and sets the league on fire. 1,300 yards as a rookie, then 14, 12, 13, 16. He is beeline into the Hall of Fame, right? He is an unstoppable force in Minnesota. He missed 3 games in 2004, comes back in 2005, and traded him to Oakland. He had 1,005 yards his first season in Oakland, and then in 2006, he had 553 receiving yards. He went from, like, the greatest ever, literally, to He goes to New England with Tom Brady, 1,500 yards, 23 touchdowns, which led the league. Like, there is no position where it matters more than receiver. Like, who is throwing you the ball and your functionality in that offense? You are worthless.
Yeah.
You are worthless if there's not a quarterback to throw you the football. And so I look at this with Brandon Cooks and I go, he's a declining player to begin with. He's not going to elevate the young guy. He needs the quarterback to elevate him at this point in his career.
I mean, I think it kind of goes both ways a little bit, though. I mean, somebody's got to catch it. Like, you got to be able to catch the ball, too, right? I mean,
that's why I'm saying you got to have good receivers to help. Dude, think about Jaden Daniels in 2023 at LSU. I know I'm making a college analogy, but he was throwing him elite Neighbors and Brian Thomas.
I can remember how many times Neighbors would catch a ball off his shoestrings.
Or how many times Brian Thomas was open by 10 yards. I mean, it makes your job much easier as a quarterback when you got guys that'll go make plays for you.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks did also gave very quickly his thoughts on Rattler and Shuck.
I mean, they letting it go. They playing with a lot of confidence, both of those guys, and you can see the competition going on. They can definitely sling it. So, I look forward to continue to see that grow.
There's just so much unknown right now because of not only the uncertainty of quarterback, but you also have a new head coach. You have a new offensive system, a new play caller. Doug Nussmeier is now your offensive coordinator. So it's just everything is new. I mean, everything that we've known for 15 years with Peyton and Breeze and then retaining Carmichael. Last year was different because you brought in Kubiak. And so much of the conversation throughout camp last year was all of the zone concepts that Kubiak was bringing in and how that was going to sort of transform the offense. We saw it with a healthy team for 2 weeks at the beginning of the season against what ended up being awful teams, and it looked really good. And unfortunately, we just didn't get to see it for 17 games at what it might have looked like. I just don't know what this is going to look like. Also, because I look at Kellen Moore, and he's worked with Dak and Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts. All 3 of those are elite quarterbacks with elite skill sets, but all very different.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to look different, even with Rattler, who's 6 feet tall, and Shuck, who's 6'5". Rattler's really athletic. Shuck is more of your traditional pocket passer. Not to say he can't run, but this is not a part of his game. So I would even say who wins the quarterback battle has much to do with what type of offense Kellen Moore wants to run behind either one of these guys.
Yeah. And flip a coin. You don't know what it's going to be. But traditionally, the mark of a good coach is somebody that can craft their offense around the abilities of their quarterback.
That's true.
And it looks like with the guys he's coached in the past, he's had to reinvent himself a couple times in order to have success. And he may be the right guy for the job as far as that goes.
I hope so, man. I would just like to see for these young quarterbacks, they have the opportunity for success. I don't think you're going to see win-loss record success. But the opportunity for success exists more when you have a good supporting cast around it. Like, you want to talk about baseball, look at Paul Skeens. I mean, Paul Skeens threw a complete game, allowed 1 run, took the L.
Oh, yeah.
It's unfathomable. He's on a miserable team. Like, I just don't know that there's enough talent around either of these quarterbacks right now to have success. You have a young offensive line with guys in new spaces. Alvin Kamara is an aging running back. You're not talented at receiver at all, and you don't have a tight end, which in 2025 is the type of tight end that is flourishing in the NFL. You have 2 different guys that are good at what they do, but not combined. I think it's just a real challenge, and the Brandon Cooks thing just continues to be perplexing. I mean, if you were going to take a flyer on a guy at the end of his career on a veteran minimum 1-year deal, fine. To give him a multi-year deal was just a bizarre thing to see. That's just not the guy that's going to elevate these quarterbacks. You know, maybe I'll be wrong. We're sitting here in the fall, and Brandon Cooks will have 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns, but no one will be more surprised than me if it plays out that way. All right, it's After Further Review, brought to you by Parish Restoration. ParishRestoration.com, ParishRestoration.com. You were telling me that at Parish Restoration, they could spray my vehicle. They could do it like in 30 minutes.
Yeah. You know, like you go buy a car or whatever just to get that smell out. Maybe somebody that had it before you was a smoker or whatever.
Yeah.
In my case, my kids are disgusting, so it smells like, you know, cleats and feet and whatever. And so, yeah, I got them to fog my vehicle.
Okay, good. I need to do it.
In and out, no smell. Everything was gone.
I had a leak in my sunroof, and so my car was outside one day a couple of weeks ago here at Guarantee. I get in the car, and there's a puddle, like there's standing water in the back seat by Drew's car seat on the ground. And, like, you know, I had the rubber floor mat, so you could see the standing water of the floor mat. Well, it was all, of course, all over. So I took it out and put the dehumidifier in there. So you pulled a lot of the water out. But I think there's, like, probably mildew and just musty and disgusting.
Get it fogged, man.
So I need to get it fogged. Vehicles, homes, office building, commercial buildings, ParishRestoration.com. It's the patented non-toxic dry fog. Nobody better. It's more efficient and more cost-effective. It's Parish Restoration. ParishRestoration.com. ParishRestoration.com. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're hanging out with us here. Paulie, did you update the graphic for me, Muse, and Mincy? You did. Okay. We didn't call Mincy today because I don't even know what we do as far as the slate of games and how we pick things. So, but we do have to go over our season records, and we'll do that. Maybe Mincy will jump on next week. We know regionals and all that sort of stuff. Actually, next week I think we're going to be on during a friggin' regional game. We'll see how that all plays out. All right, we'll continue. It's AFR. Stick around.
AFR.
If you're a business owner, you need to hear this. Or if you're the HR manager, the hiring manager, the ops manager, if you're the person in a business responsible for making sure you have the right people in the business so the business can grow and thrive and develop and be efficient, you need Glow Resources. GlowResources.com, G-L-O, spell it correctly, G-L-O, GlowResources.com. They're a complete employer solution. And listen, they specialize in finding skilled blue-collar labor, welders, carpenters, heavy equipment operators, crane operators, but they also have their professional placement division so they can help you on the admin side as well. Civil construction, maritime, service companies, appliances. Their professional placement division, they will source people from all over the world. One example I've given you before, they hired engineers from India and placed them in jobs in Houston. Doesn't matter where you are or what you do. Glow Resources can help. GLO, glowresources.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam, and the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
I think this team did a great job of being very consistent for 34 games. Like, we probably did as good as we could and played as well as we could. And then this league is just this league. And the mental fatigue of it, the good players, the competition, we wore some of that and then have kind of come out the other side. And one theme that we've really talked about this year is improving as the season's going along and improving this time of year, because not everybody can improve this time of year. And I feel like we've done that. A few days off, I think has benefited this team. Like, when we've been fresh, we've played at our best. And so I'm hopeful for that, going into tomorrow night's game.
Jay Johnson meeting with reporters on Thursday there in Hoover. Tigers hopeful to maybe go win 3 more games, win the SEC tournament title. Haven't done that in nearly a decade now. It's been a hot minute. See if LSU can win the program's 13th SEC title. Mr. The Riot was part of the 2000 SEC tournament championship team. Of course, went on their way to the College World Series championship. By the way, good question by Matt French. You said, were Kellen Moore and Brandon Cooks together in Dallas? No, they were not together in Dallas. A good question, though, but there was not a relationship. One thing that Ross Jackson did point out at LouisianaSports.net, talking about quarterbacks, Kellen Moore did have Kenny Pickett with him last year in Philly. He was the backup to Jalen Hurts. And Pickett signed this offseason with Cleveland. Well, Cleveland's got a logjam at quarterback with Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and then they drafted Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Someone is going to be cast aside some way, and maybe Kenny Pickett, a reunion in New Orleans with Kellen Moore, could be a possibility. We'll see if that's the direction they go. Got to give a hat tip to Danny Braidwick. We got breaking news. Breaking news here. Danny Braidwick put this on my radar. How about this? Appropriate that this would happen during the SEC tournament. The Washington Nationals are promoting Todd Peterson to the Rochester Red Wings, AAA. How about our guy? How about our guy, Todd Peterson? Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Give it up. Give it up for Todd Peterson. Todd Peterson has been promoted to to the Todd Peterson, AAA Todd Petersons.
Ted Peterson.
In Rochester, Todd Petersons.
Ted Peterson.
I'm happy for Todd
Who?
Peterson.
Ted Peterson.
One step away, baby.
You don't have to be in AAA to get called up. You know that. You got called up from AA.
Yep.
Got the call up.
Got the call from Dubs.
How do you think old Todd Peterson will do?
Ted Peterson.
You think he's a big leaguer?
I mean, Todd Peterson is
Peterson.
He's a pitcher, and he can hit a little bit. And
you know they don't let pitchers hit anymore.
Yep, I know. I do know that. He'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. Go eat some innings up. So if he got called up, Todd Peterson,
Ted Peterson,
we would have 3 LSU Tigers on the national squad. You would have Dylan Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
Cole Henry.
Cole Henry and Todd Peterson.
Ted Peterson.
Well, that would be cool.
I still think about I think we were talking about this a couple weeks ago. Cole Henry had a really big day, and just thinking about COVID robbing us of the opportunity to see Cole Henry and Jaden Hill. It's 2 big leaguers. Like
during COVID, Jaden Hill came to traction. It says train and stay sharp. And he would throw his bullpens out there on the relief windows field. And seeing that up close and personal from that big giant, like, it was impressive.
What about it?
He's just big and throws hard and just commands, has that presence about him. I mean, you get up close to that dude. He's a big old fella. But man, it was fun to sit there. I hadn't seen that in a long time, So
got a comp?
Maybe Clemens from a size standpoint. I don't know.
Jaden Hill taller than Clemens?
Yeah, I think
gotta be.
He's probably tall, but he's thick. Like he's
big. He's thick.
Big legs.
We saw Clemens at the. You've probably seen him plenty, but only time I've ever been up close with Clemens was at the Night of Champions that Ronnie put on at LeBear's last year.
Yeah.
I emceed the panel, but it was you and Clemens and Ben McDonald and Skip Burtman and Paul Maneri and Jay Johnson and Todd Walker. Who else? Who am I missing?
I think that was it.
Wait, was Todd up there?
Todd was up there.
Dylan Cruz was there. There was Dylan sat next to me. No, there was someone. I think maybe Todd was Todd up there.
Todd was up there.
Todd was up there. There was someone else who was there, who was in the crowd that was not.
I wasn't on the panel. I was in the crowd.
You were on the panel. This is totally going back. Like you were the last seat on the panel. This is going back to you not even remembering an inside the park home run. You were on the freaking panel.
I don't know about that.
You were 100% on the panel. I even lobbed you some question because I knew how you'd take it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember that
because
now.
you'd bring levity to the room. I can't remember what the question was, but you were on the panel.
Yeah, I remember that now. I do remember. Yeah. I
wasn't on the panel. I was in the crowd.
Was Dylan was on that panel?
He was right next to me.
He was.
I was facing the stage. I was far left.
Dylan, then Todd.
Dylan, Todd, Ben McDonald. It was you, Skip, Paul, and Jay were all up there as well, and Mike Bianco. Mike Bianco was there as well.
Oh man, I don't remember Paul being there. I remember Clemens. I don't remember Ben being there.
Oh, you know who was there that was in the crowd that wasn't on stage? Was Will Harris. And Will won a World Series with Houston. No, with Washington. Did he win with Washington too?
Houston. Yeah.
Did he win the one with Washington?
Bro, he's a champ. He should have been up there. He's a champion.
Did he win one with Washington too? I can't remember. Maybe he was on that team and injured. I don't remember.
Shout out my boy Will Harris.
Will Harris. Shut up.
He's a champ. He should have been up there, bro.
Tony Z asked Ryan, what do you think of the chances of the LSU Shreveport baseball team winning the NAIA World Series undefeated? They just won their 55th game today.
I saw this. Have you seen this story?
I know that they're undefeated. I have not watched a single game of theirs. I wouldn't even know how to watch them play baseball. But
I don't care who you're playing. if you're playing like the same sex and age team, that similar that is college, and you don't lose a game, it's got to be a national story. This is a very big deal, man. They're undefeated.
I know.
And baseball is not one of those sports where the best team always wins. Like, things happen in baseball. There's so many variables.
LSU has lost to Southern in baseball.
These guys have not.
LSU got ruled by Northwestern State.
They haven't lost a game. It's impressive.
The thing that I always say when we talk about baseball, and LSU fans melt when LSU loses a game. It's baseball. Everybody loses in baseball. I would say the 27 Yankees lost games. The 27 Yankees were 110, 44, and 1. It's pretty good. They lost 44 times. Like, everybody loses. Everybody loses in baseball. Apparently, unless if you're LSU Shreveport and you go undefeated. Like, if they finish the season undefeated, yeah, I'm with you. Like, I don't care what level of ball that is. That is remarkable.
It really is.
I mean, I guess in high school you could have a super dominant team that's just so superior to everybody they play. I guess that could happen.
It could, but they're not winning 55, and you don't play that many games in high school. I mean, it's crazy.
All right, you got questions? You can email us, tweet us, text us 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of ways you get involved in the show. You can always do that. Brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding. Oh yeah, they do shutters as well. Over at Relief Windows, energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. They do it all. They do it better than anyone. It's over at Relief Windows. I'm a customer. I know you're a customer as well. Eric and I have owned 2 homes. We've had both of our homes. We've had our windows replaced by Relief Windows. And the thing that is, I would tell you, the most important is, and there's a lot. It's energy efficient. It'll lower your energy bills. You can add levels of security with their storm impact resistant windows. There's a ton of things. The thing that's probably most important is to remember you do this once. We're talking about a lifetime transferable warranty. So it's not like in South Louisiana where you have all this mold and windows rot and then you have to replace them every 7 to 10 years. Not with Relief Windows. You're doing this one time and you're done. So you're going to pay a little more, but you're going to get the best product, the best experience, and a lifetime transferable warranty. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, door, siding. They do shutters as well. ReliefWindows.com. LSU basketball got a commitment. Nice. Australian forward Marcus Vaughns.
Oh, yeah, baby.
6'8". Not surprising here. Remember, David Patrick is on LSU's staff. And David Patrick coached in Australia. He was the coach at St. Mary's that had the pipeline with Patty Mills and all those guys at St. Mary's. He's Ben Simmons' godfather, so that's how Ben Simmons ended up at LSU. So with David Patrick on staff and Ronald Dupree, who is the director of international scouting for the Milwaukee Bucks, I don't think there's any surprise that we're seeing this influx of international basketball players. Have you
had Dupe on since he's been back?
Yeah.
Love that guy.
You can elaborate a bit, but Ronald Dupree, who's just was elected to the LSU Athletics Hall of Fame and is the new LSU general manager, had him on whenever he got hired, and actually had a good long convo with Ronald maybe a week or so ago. Just talking. Nothing like super earth-shattering. Just he was asking me my feelings on NIL, roster build, just how the house settlement, how that's all going. I was kind of getting his sense of it. I think he just genuinely is interested in continuing to learn more about how things are coming from the NBA now into college, getting a lot of different perspectives on how things are working.
Being around him, quite a bit, like a lot, over attraction through the years, he is extremely thoughtful. Like, he's always thinking about something and trying to learn and talk. And it's grand slam hire, by the way, to get that guy from the NBA down here. But that's not the only international guy that LSU has signed.
Right. They signed Ron Zipper from Israel.
That's right. No, man, look, I think it's going to be interesting. The college game has changed, obviously. But to bring some NBA flavor, understanding the free agency feel of NIL and transfer portal, and to have somebody that's familiar with that is awesome. And yeah, man, I'm getting a little excited. You throw some resources behind the program to be able to go get some good players, and then surround Coach McMahon with some guys that can take some of that stuff off his plate. I had the discussion with Jay a few years ago whenever the transfer portal and NIL was really kind of starting. And it's a lot to ask for a head coach to have to manage all that. I mean, really and truly, it's unfair to the head coach. In professional sports, when guys are getting paid, which is what's happening in college now, you know, there's layers to that. The coach is never talking to the player about money, ever. You know, and to ask
You mean in pro
sport,
ball? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you've got to write the guy's name in the lineup card.
That's why you got a GM.
That's why you have a GM that can go have those discussions, and the agent's talking to this one and that one. But from a resource standpoint, you know, the sports that aren't making all the money, they can't go hire those guys to do that. So, you know, hats off to LSU for making that commitment and allowing the coach to coach.
I do think that's something that every sport needs. The coach in a previous era of recruiting, you obviously have that responsibility of looking at your roster and how you're going to build your roster, right? I mean, so there have always been sport personnel and stuff like that with recruiting and all. This is just different because it's different. There are different variables being considered. It's no longer just, you know, you're trying to sell them on the engineering department and the nice place that they're going to live and how they're going to fit in the offense. There's a financial component to it.
Yeah, and if I tell you I'm going to give you $100,000, and you come and you play bad, now I might not write your name in the lineup because I'm pissed at you because you made me look stupid because I asked for $100,000 from this guy. I mean, there's emotions that get tied into it, or, you know, in the case of maybe a kid comes to you and says, you know, I need to make some more money next year.
No, that happens all the time.
Which happens all the time. Well, if I'm a coach and I know this little greedy a-hole's asking for more money, you know what? Why don't you go have a seat over there? We'll let this guy.
I don't know if I'd say greedy.
Well,
opportunistic.
A coach could take it that way and be like, you know, there's just.
Look, Gordon McKernan sat in that chair on Monday this week and said and told us there was a LSU women's basketball player who went in the portal this year. You all right?
Cramp.
With cramp? Oh.
Oh,
You all
wow.
right? You need some water? Want some Evermore?
I need some Evermore. Let's see if we can get rid of the cramp. No, I'm good. It just, okay.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay. He said there was a player on the LSU women's basketball team this year who was not like a star. He was like not Flaugier or Michaela, like who wanted, like another school offered $200,000. Right? I mean, how do you justify that? You don't.
No, go get your money.
So go.
Yeah.
Bye. Okay.
Wow.
All right, it's after further review. We're not got a quick break. Waiting for the lineup to be posted for LSU and Texas A&M when it is. We'll talk about it. Get your questions in for Ask Ryan. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. Watermark Downtown Renaissance, Southtown Renaissance, right there on Bluebonnet. Remember, Tallulah inside the Renaissance Hotel. Always a great option. Knocking off of work, you want to have a cocktail. They have indoor-outdoor flow at Tallulah. The outdoor area, they call it the terrace. But it's amazing because you're right on Bluebonnet.
Yeah.
A very busy street in Baton Rouge. But you don't feel like you're sitting on a very busy street in Baton Rouge. They have a beautiful giant wall that provides both noise and sightline sort of blockages there. There's the beautiful circular fire pit where you can sit in those bar stools with the gorgeous ambiance. The pool is right there as well. There's comfortable tables with umbrellas. If you want to have your cocktail, have dinner outside, awesome place to go. It's Tallulah inside of Renaissance Baton Rouge. And if you're thinking of having an event, any type of event, from a boardroom for 12 people or their grand ballroom for up to 500 people, remember Renaissance Baton Rouge. Call them over there today. It's Renaissance Baton Rouge.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website, LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net, powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
We typically think of stress as being bad for us. At Our Lady of the Lake and LSU, we are researching how certain types of stress, such as exercise, can be good for our immune health. By studying people under extreme stress, such as athletes, astronauts, service members, and first responders, we're learning how to improve the immune health of everyone. That's the power of research. That's the impact of champions. Together, we roar.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Bounce for the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the jubilee, oh, we made that it. Bounce for the juvenile, that ain't it. I do the jubilee, oh, we made that it.
All right, waiting on the lineup to be posted for LSU and Texas A&M. Muse, give us an update here. There's a schedule change in Hoover for tomorrow.
Yeah, there is. So game number one of the day, obviously, will be Tennessee and Vanderbilt. That was originally scheduled for 1. That's been moved up to 10 a.m. Central Time due to the threat of inclement weather. I know, shocking, inclement weather in Hoover. But in the afternoon, so game number 1, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, 10 a.m. Game number 2, which would be LSU's game if they win tonight, 30 minutes after that.
It's like 1:32-ish in the afternoon.
Somewhere around there. I guess we're looking at late afternoon, like inclement weather, so you could be a delay potentially in the LSU game at some point, too.
That stinks.
Blah, blah, blah. And so then you're concerned with starting Ianson and then shutting him down.
Right.
If you start and stop. Well, that stinks. Not altogether entirely surprising. It is, as you mentioned, it's Hoover in May. A tradition unlike any other. To steal the old stupid sports cliche that everybody uses. But, yeah, okay, so they'll be playing morning baseball in Hoover tomorrow. That stinks. But at least it won't be LSU. That's provided LSU wins the game tonight against Texas A&M. If they lose this game against Texas A&M, then obviously they're eliminated. They're done. They'll come on home and just get ready for regionals, which I'm perfectly okay with that. I mean, do you want to see him make a deep run, play 3 more times?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, I think winning's always good, man. And we talk about this every single year. I just think winning's good, and you know, you want that momentum. You want to feel that going into regionals and super regionals, and I mean, look, I understand both sides, but you play so many games. You know, it's almost Groundhog Day physically right now for these guys, and so yeah, man, I would rather them win than lose for sure.
So you're going to get no argument from me on the winning is good, and I think confidence that builds and all is a very real thing. I do look and say though, winning at what cost has to be considered. It's the example. It's what I say all the time about midweek games. Of course you want to win the games. And you're putting guys out there that are going to play hard and try to win. Mm-hmm. But there's a reason you don't see your weekend guys on short rest coming out of the bullpen in a midweek game. Why is that?
Well, you need it for the weekend.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You're playing, what matters. It was funny. Paul Maneri was with us last week and he joked. He's like, for all the talk about midweek games while he was at LSU, at South Carolina this year, he told us they won all of their midweek games. Nobody gives a rip. It's not about that. It's not like, and so it's the same thing with this tournament. Like A&M has to win at all costs to get into regional play. Ole Miss has to win for their host resume. That's pretty cool. Out there boiling big old bucket of crawfish. That looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Stop and give me some crawfish tonight, dog. Big shout out to Haspel, too, by the way. We had a good time last night at Haspel.
We did. Chris's Specialty Foods put on a great event with Haspel over there. Little suit fitting event that you and I went to, participated in, and got a chance to look at some cool stuff that Haspel has. Nice room too, by the way. A pretty good room of folks around. We posted it. You missed it.
I think you were gone. I don't know where you were with this. There's me with Will and Rob from Haspel there at Chris's. You can go full screen with that, Paulie. Yeah. So we had a good night, man. Great turnout. The good room you're talking about. Oh, look at Julio there.
Look at Julio.
Old Julio. But that was at Haspel though. That wasn't that was us last night. But anyway, you please take it down. Thank you. In my screen. Here's the picture of all of us with the Lipsies. So the Lipsies. So Miss Susan Lipsy, her maiden name is. She's a Haspel, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so Mr. Richard and Miss Susan were there, their daughters, Wendy and Lori, and then there's me and Ryan at the event last night, Chris. So a great event, and they were super generous and kind, and loved being able to do that in conjunction with Chris's and with Parish Construction and Roofing and with the Lipsies and with Haspel. So it's great night, man. And what I didn't realize also is all the stuff Haspel has beyond seersucker. Like the shirt I'm wearing in that photo is a Haspel shirt. So lots of different stuff, even if you're not just looking for seersucker.
Yeah, and that's why like little pop-ups like that, and we're gonna do a few more too. It was fun, but it's important to get your sizes and let them fit you, and then you can just go online and order whatever it is that you want. But I would encourage everybody to check them out at Haspel.com, and you can see all the stuff that you're talking about, from swimsuits to
swimsuits, really?
Absolutely, yeah, polos and you name it. Haspel's got some really, really high-end stuff.
Yeah, the problem I got right now is with losing a lot of weight, I basically have to replace my entire wardrobe.
I walked out of there with 4 new sports coats.
That a bit.
So yeah, I mean, you can get the sport coat, obviously seersucker, but other things as well. Really cool stuff.
Even but you mentioned swimsuits. Like we're having a pool day tomorrow with some friends coming over. I don't have any swimsuits that fit me, like none. So I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Boxer briefs,
or just swim naked.
I would go boxer briefs.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't have boxer briefs. I only wear boxers.
Even better.
Why?
Who's coming over?
Our friends.
Yeah, just boxers.
Well, wouldn't boxer briefs be more revealing than boxers?
Depends. Is there a little hole in the front?
Yeah, but you got the button.
Depends if it's buttoned.
We buttoned.
I could see a situation where just the regular boxers would be worse. For sure.
I just ain't bashful in life. I mean, that's just it, bro. You get to the point in life where you go, whatever. It's not bashful.
It is what it is.
It's what it is. I mean, we all, everybody.
It's just a wiener, bro. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
you've seen one, you've seen all of them.
Seen them all.
I mean,
unless you're on your rebate.
That's a fact.
It's AFR.
AFR.
And we're brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, where they do have penile enhancements as well, among many things that they offer over at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Got ED, they can help. Yes, they do penile enhancements, a lot of things like that. But the core of what they do at Goodwood is helping you feel your best and maintaining and achieving your optimal self. So, hormone replacement therapy is something I would strongly encourage. Men as you age, women as you age. If you don't feel like you once did, you want to regain vitality, libido, burn fat, build muscle, reduce brain fog, have more energy from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed, like you did when you were younger. You can do that. You can safely, affordably supplement to get to healthy levels. BPC 157. It's a peptide that helps aid in recovery. It's been amazing for me the last 6 weeks as I'm working on my back. It's really given me hope that I'm going to find true relief there. So many options. YourGoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. We'll get to Ask Ryan in just a second, so get your questions in. Email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400. We got some news here. We do not have LSU's lineup yet, but Ryan Brawninger from Texags just tweeted this. I'll read it. In a rather shocking turn of events, Texas A&M outfielder Jason Laviolette will play tonight against LSU in the SEC tournament quarterfinals. I'm told the broken bone in his hand can't get worse, so it's become a pain management situation. Expect to see him in a DH role. What that? How effective do you think? So they'll just inject him and he'll go try to swing the bat?
I guess so.
I mean, how do you think that goes?
I mean, I know where I'd be pitching it.
I love the you know this.
Yeah.
It is a passion of mine. I don't talk about it because people in this audience care about Dustin Poirier.
That's right.
And when Poirier's fighting, I'm going to talk about that.
I get it.
I love LSU gymnastics. I do. That's become a passion of my whole family. I'll sit and break down gymnastics every week. Talk about what people want to hear. Ask Ryan, do you think we got the team to compete in Omaha?
Yes, I do. I do believe
Use Polly, thanks. Have a great weekend.
AFR.
All week, it's a fitting way to end this week. All week, I've been able to tell you about our new partner at Our Lady of the Lake. I know you're a partner as well with Tractions. You all partner with Our Lady of the Lake, and I'm sure you could speak to what that partnership has meant for you all and being partnered with our friends over at Our Lady of the Lake. Part of the Franciscan missionaries of Our Lady Health System. They got more than 18,000 employees across multiple states. And, of course, Our Lady of the Lake is the championship health partner of LSU, and they are transforming healthcare. That was a part of the Traction deal as well, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, to have a partner like the Lake over there and to be able to do the wonderful things that they're doing for the youth sports and Baton Rouge and surrounding areas, and then also at LSU, to be the healthcare provider for LSU is big.
From the field to your family, you can explore the mission behind the medicine at ololrmc.com/LSU, ololrmc.com/LSU.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Today, we are shaping tomorrow.
We are researching how extreme stress impacts the immune system, from trauma victims to athletes and even astronauts.
Our work is leading the way in sepsis treatment, saving countless lives.
We're unlocking the mind with music in exciting new ways.
Our Lady of the Lake Health and LSU are improving the health of our state.
That's the impact of champions.
Imagine the impact we'll have on the future. Together, we roar.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.